Welcome back to the PigPenPodcast. I am your host, Damien.
And I'm your host, Justin.
And Justin, what are we doing today?
Today we're back with the Exposition Seat. And if you don't know, that is where one of us is presenting, whoever's in the Exposition Seat is presenting a piece of media that the other one has never consumed. And in this case, Damien, we're continuing with some Metal Gear.
We are. We really are. And I'm the one in the seat, so I'm going to be throwing some Metal Gear knowledge at this man.
So, yeah, just an abundant amount of exposition.
And last episode, I threw about 3 hours and 40 minutes worth of exposition at you.
Yeah, and I was feeling it at the 2 hour mark. and and that's okay though, because we pushed through and now I know so much more about Metal Gear than I did before the last episode. That's just and it's gonna continue.
Speaking of that, Justin, what do you know? Like,
Yeah.
what do you remember, man?
What do I remember?
Yeah.
So essentially Snake, he likes to snuck. He also he lives in a world similar to ours, but not quite the same, but it seems to draw a lot of inspiration from our world.
It does. It does.
The government is evil.
That is true in both worlds, though.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, exactly. Uh,
Okay.
the yeah. So at the end there, we big twist the Department of State dude. What's his name?
Jim Houseman, Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of Defense. Thank you. Not the
Yep.
Department of
Not the
State.
Department of State.
The Secretary of Defense. What is the? It's the Department of State.
It's,
Is it a thing?
I don't think it is.
All
I
right,
think you
my
just
bad.
completely pulled that out of your ass.
Yeah, my fault. And I know there's a D and an S involved. Anyways, the Secretary of Defense, he was running the whole show. Um, the Meryl's dad, or no, Meryl's uncle.
Mayor's uncle.
Um, what does it start with
For
a
now.
C? What does that mean?
Nothing.
Okay, what's his name again? Hey, Campbell.
Roy Campbell.
Roy Campbell. I remember that.
Roy Campbell.
So Campbell, he was sus. He was a little sus, but he turned out to be okay. Um, Otacon, he made one mistake and then he spent the whole game redeeming himself. So he's a good man.
He is a good man.
He's a good
We
man.
love ourselves some Otacon.
Yeah, and let's see who else we got. We got what was his name? The Betrayer,
Master Miller?
also known as Big Boss.
No.
No.
Master Miller was Liquid Snake.
Oh. I mean, Liquid Snake is my big boss.
He's your big boss? He's who you view as is the
You know what's funny?
ultimate
I
big
forgot
boss.
about Liquid Snake for a split second, but yeah. Okay, I remember everything now. Once you
Okay.
said Liquid Snake,
Yeah, yeah.
don't worry, the British man. Don't
The
worry,
British
I would never forget.
Brother.
Wait, so did we get a big boss reveal at the end of the last game?
No.
Okay, I just got so used to the big boss reveal.
Because the big boss reveal was in Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2.
Yeah. But no, it was the Liquid Snake reveal. Oh, and the whole jeans thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, dude.
Everything
yeah.
just came back.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Well,
The recessive, and what's the other one?
the dominant.
The dominant. And then there's a third out there who my theory was the third is the exact genes of Big Boss. But
That was your theory. And like I said in the last episode, it's a good theory.
okay, we'll see what happens.
All right, well then we're about to head into Metal Gear Solid 2, but real quick before we get there, let's tell the folks where they can listen to us at, because in
Absolutely.
the last episode we just didn't mention at all, but you could
Yeah.
always watch us on YouTube at PigPen Podcast, or you could give us a listen to on Spotify at PigPen Podcast.
Yes, we are on both platforms.
Yeah. But those are the two places, and without further ado, I think pretty much
There's no more ado to be dude.
I don't think we can do anymore.
Let's get right
Let's
into
get into it, dude. All right, so Metal Gear Solid fucking 2, dude.
it. Lay it down.
Okay. So this game takes place in 2007.
Big jump.
Big jump. It's not a super huge jump. I'm pretty sure the last game was 2005.
Oh, that one was the big jump. This one is like yeah,
From Metal Gear 2.
because he came out of retirement.
Yes, from Metal Gear 2 to MGS1 was a big jump. From this one, it's only been about 2 years.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Basically, our game snarts. Our
Starts?
game, I was going to say snake and starts at the same time, but I said snarts. Our game starts with our protagonist, Solid Snake.
Back.
we see him. He's kind of just running down a long bridge in Manhattan, in New York. It's nighttime, and he's got like a sneaking cloak on.
When does he not?
Uh, the entirety of the first game,
All right.
because
My
it
bad.
was no, because it was the item that you get. Remember, if you save Otacon instead of Meryl,
Oh, I do remember that.
yeah, you get this stealth camo.
So that is the one that makes you invisible
Yes,
ish.
but basically, it's just a cool little nod back that he has it on in the opening sequence of this game.
Fair enough. Okay.
Okay, but basically, he's running down the Manhattan Bridge in the New York Harbor,
Ah, bah.
and he gives Otacon a call on his codec while he's walking, and we get hit with our first of the series, our first ever. Kept you waiting, huh? That is that is
Is
that
that
is
is that a
that it. Yeah.
go-to phrase he has?
Oh, dude, that's like one of the most iconic phrases he has.
Ah, okay.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Is that the first dialogue of the game?
I if I remember correctly, yes.
Very nice.
But basically, it's just kind of like a nod to the player. Like, yeah, we know these games take a long time to make.
Oh,
So
okay.
Snake's like,
I
kept you
like that.
waiting.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so basically, Otacon lets us know, um, like through this codec call, Otacon basically gives us the rundown of what's happened in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Snake no longer works for the military. He's gotten out. If you remember at the end of the last episode, he was proclaimed "quote unquote" dead
Oh,
with
yeah, yeah,
Meryl,
yeah. As you drove
and
off into the sunset.
yeah. But basically, he doesn't work for the military anymore, and Snake and Otacon have formed a group called Philanthropy.
Ooh,
This
that's
this group that they've formed is an anti-Metal Gear organization officially recognized by the UN.
really.
Yeah. So they're like straight up they go around and try to take down Metal Gears. Like that's their whole operation.
I just love how Metal Gears are just running rampant.
Uh Not super rampant, but philanthropy, they're still pretty covert, like
So, because I
not
assume,
yet.
okay, because I assume like Metal Gears, like after the first few were made, it's the type of thing where everybody's like, oh, we need one now. Kind
Yeah.
of like when the first country got nukes.
Yes, that will happen. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So it's kind of like, weapon of mass destruction. If they have it, we need it. Snake's like, no one deserves to have this. We're gonna take them all out.
it's too powerful.
Too powerful. All right,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah, so Snake and Ana kind of formed this group, and they're officially recognized by the UN.
Yeah, so they're legit.
Yeah, no, like they're a legit group.
Okay.
But Otacon lets us know that this tanker that we have, like this tanker that's passing underneath the harbor, like underneath this bridge,
Mm.
is he got a he got like some intel that they have a Metal Gear
Ooh,
on this tanker.
in Manhattan.
Yeah. And the Metal Gear that Snake is here to find, it's not known what it is, but the only thing Otacon knows about it is that it's amphibious. It's designed to destroy other Metal Gears,
Oh,
and it is under U.S. Marine Corps jurisdiction. So it's like officially United States Metal Gear.
so it's like the Secretary of Defense.
He got
It's
arrested. He's no longer a part of the picture.
Oh, he did get arrested.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
So this is America's though.
Yeah. So it would still be since like the Marine Corps is the one running the operation. It would still be America's property. So.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. But basically, Otacon tells Snake the goal of the mission this time is to get photographic evidence that this Metal Gear exists so they can expose it to the world because no one knows about it.
So this is interesting. So this organization is part of the UN, which America is part of.
Yeah.
And yet and
Well,
yet they're also still investigating
I
members of
mean,
the UN.
pretty much everyone agrees Metal Gears are bad. So if the US has one, then like maybe they shouldn't do that. So like
Yeah.
that's why the UN is like because the UN's the all
Yeah,
powerful
yeah, yeah.
top, and they're like yeah they're
Well,
it's not like
kind of,
philanthropy
but yeah.
works for them, but like they're they're sanctioned. Like
Yeah, no, I
the
get
UN
that.
knows who they are, and they're like yeah you guys are
It's
fine.
like thinking of it as another country joining the UN. Like they can still they can still do their own thing
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
This
Yeah.
this group is just Snake and Otacon, by the way.
Right.
So literally, Snake and Otacon are so goated at their jobs that literally the UN was like, "Yeah, you guys are sick."
Yeah.
Okay. The whole mission is to get photographic evidence so they can like expose this Metal Gear to the world.
Got it.
Okay. Um. So Snake he jumps off the bridge
Yeah, onto the
onto the tanker.
tanker.
And when he like hits the ground, like his stealth camo like breaks. That's so it's just like a fun little in-game
I
explanation
see,
of
I
why you don't
see.
have the stealth camo anymore.
Because of fall damage.
Yeah, fall damage.
Got it.
Snake didn't get hurt,
Yeah, it's just
just his camo did.
his camo.
Yeah, just his
Yeah,
camo.
that's how that. Yeah, I get it.
Um, so while Snake, he's just kind of slinking around trying to figure out what's going on board, and then the ship is invaded by what look to be Russian soldiers.
Uh, yeah.
And these Russian soldiers, they just start absolutely clapping all of the U.S. Marines.
Oh, at the same. Oh, wow. So
Yeah,
Snake's like doing his thing, and all of a sudden, bam! Russian soldiers.
yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah, and like they're like, I'm talking, they're like coming up behind them and slitting their throats, and like
Damn.
silenced
Okay.
pistols taking them out from afar. Like they literally mop all of the U.S. Marines.
Okay.
Okay. Um, Snake is very confused, and he's just kind of looking around trying to figure out what's going on. When he sees from the distance that the Russian troops are being led by a Sergei Gerlukovich.
Ooh.
Do you remember Gerlukovich? Do you remember that name?
I remember hearing that name. Let me recall. 5 second. Hmm. Never mind. Who is it?
And it's the Russian guy that had all the forces that Otacon, or not Otacon, Ocelot and Liquid wanted to sell Rex to. Like he wanted to buy Rex off of them. And they were
Ah.
gonna use him to like use his troops to make a new Outer Heaven on Shadow
Yep. Yep.
Moses.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, well he's here.
He's here.
He's here, and he's got troops with him.
So he's back for he's back for another Metal Gear.
Apparently, looking for a new Metal Gear.
Okay.
Um, but Snake is like, okay, well, I got to get below deck because there's no Metal Gear up here, so it's obviously below deck. Um, so Snake, he continues on, but before he can get to the underside of the ship, he comes across a Olga Gerlukovich.
Ooh.
Olga
Uh-oh.
Gerlukovich, yeah. She is when like Snake sees her, she's on comms with Sergey, and we can hear Sergey's voice, and he's like, "Hey, we infiltrated. You need to get out of here. Like your part of the mission is done. Go, leave."
Okay.
And she's like, "No, this is my place. I'm not gonna do a Russian accent. Actually, I feel like
Okay.
it's either gonna be really bad or it's gonna be offensive. So I'm not gonna do it."
All right. All right. I'll trust your judgment.
Um, so Olga's like, "No, I'm not leaving. This is my place. You know, these are my brothers in arms." And Sergey's like, "Hey,
You're my daughter.
you're my daughter, and you have my grandchild in your stomach. You got to get out of here. Like, I don't
Oh
want you here."
shit.
So yeah, Olga's pregnant.
She's pregnant?
Yeah.
What a boss.
Yeah, and she's literally still, leading Russian troops in the
Yeah.
military. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
One Snake comes across her. He listens to their conversation, and then when she gets off the comms with Sergey, she spots Snake. Boss battle ensues. Our first
Boss
boss battle.
battle ensues. I was waiting for that.
Our first boss battle, man. Our first boss battle.
Damn. So Snake's just out here fighting pregnant women.
Yeah, he loads her up with tranks. He loads this
Okay, when
pregnant.
you said he loads her up, I was like, hold on. Hold on.
No, no, no,
So he just puts
not
her to
that.
sleep?
Yeah,
Nice.
he has a trank gun.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill her,
Okay.
but he does fill this pregnant woman with enough
All right.
tranquilizers to probably sedate a horse.
Damn.
I feel like that probably cannot be healthy on that
Cannot be
child.
good for the child.
No,
No.
so that sucks for her.
Better than death, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. Well, after Snake, he tranks Olga. He gets a call from Otacon, and Otacon tells him that, the info for this mission came from an anonymous tip addressed as EE. Two E's.
Yep.
EE.
Gotta love that alliteration.
Which is what Otacon used to call his stepsister, Emma Emmerich. But he
Oh.
hasn't seen her in 10 years, so he's curious as to why that abbreviation, like that initials, like were stamped on there.
Yeah, it's also funny that Otacon's like, my stepsister from 10 years ago? Like, it could also be anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, also it's like in cutscene, Snake's like, Otacon, why would you take that? And Otacon's like, I don't know, Snake. What if it is her?
Yeah, like, I mean, don't, I mean, it sounds like it probably will end up being her, but it's just funny that, like, His first thought was like, my stepsister from 10 years ago
I
had the
mean,
same initials.
yeah.
But
Um,
yeah, I mean, whatever.
it is pretty whatever, but at the same time,
It is,
Otacon, you
yeah.
just threw Snake into this. There's Russian troops here. This ship is filled with Marine Corps. There's probably a Metal Gear here. Snake
Yeah.
is by himself.
That's classic Otacon.
And Otacon just, he was like, my stepsister? Let me throw Snake into there and see if she's there.
Okay.
Um, anyway, Snake gets down to the below deck.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it is just absolutely filled with the Marine Corps, dude. I mean, I'm talking, there's like probably a couple hundred of these guys down here.
Oh, shit.
Like, and they're all in one room and they're all like lined up in rows while their commander Scott Dolph,
Mm.
he is like at the front giving like a speech, and they got like a presentation, so they're like showing pictures on like the walls with what is that called? Presenter, like not
Oh, yeah,
projector.
projector.
Um,
And the Russians are still slinking about.
they're slinking about. We don't know where they're at though.
Okay.
So while Scott Dolph is giving this speech, Snake he's like running around and he's getting pictures of this new Metal Gear Ray.
Ooh, looks like let me get a look at this. Yeah, it's like the most unique looking one so far.
It's advanced.
And this
Let's
is
just say that.
the underwater one,
Yeah, it's
essentially.
amphibious, so
Okay.
it can survive on land and water.
Cool.
It's also extremely flexible. Like, I mean, I know you didn't see any game clips last episode, but Rex kind of like hulks around like a big T Rex.
Okay.
This one, it's like doing backflips and shit.
Nice. And is it as big as the other ones?
Yeah, it's about the same size.
Damn.
Actually, no. Ray is bigger than Rex.
That is bigger.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Ray is bigger
scary.
than Rex.
Okay. Okay.
And if you remember, Ray is designed to destroy other Metal Gears.
Yeah.
Like Ray is like so far in the series, as we know, Ray is like the ultimate life form.
Got it.
Um,
So
but
if
once Snake does see this Metal Gear Ray,
yeah.
you know his first words are?
What?
What do you think his first words are?
Metal Gear.
It's Metal Gear.
Metal Gear?
Oh no, Metal Gear.
Dude, what is their thing called? Prosthetic Prometheus?
Philanthropy.
Philanthropy, okay. They need one of these to destroy other ones.
I mean,
But at the same time, it's like, would they be using the enemy to kill the enemy?
do you like? It's
So
that's kind of the thing. Okay, we'll get a lot more into that when we get to like Peace Walker and
yeah,
Phantom Pain, but nuclear disarmament, do we use nukes as a deterrent to keep other people from having nukes?
right. That's a good question.
Because
Mm,
we'll okay, you know what, man, we'll get more into it when we get to Peace Walker because
okay.
that's you know how this philosophical questions that
Yeah.
Mr. Kojima likes to pose upon
Oh
us.
yeah. So far, for sure.
Yeah, that game is nuclear heavy.
Got it.
Anyways, so Scott Dolph is giving this like presentation, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's like standing right in front of Metal Gear Ray.
Oh, okay.
And you
It's
know,
looming behind him.
it is. Do you know who walks out from behind him, slow clapping?
Slow clapper.
He's giving him the slow clap.
Dude, I it could literally be anybody at this point. These games seem to bring back. Yeah, I don't trust anybody who's dead, honestly. It could literally be Big Boss himself.
It's not. Do you want me to tell you who it is?
Yes.
It is Revolver Goddamn Ocelot.
Oh shit, I forgot about this dude.
Yeah,
Revolver Ocelot.
yeah. He walks out and he's slow clapping.
He's one of the survivors.
He is. He's the only remaining member of the Foxhound unit that
Yep.
survived.
Okay.
Um, Sergei Gorlukovich also shows up, and he just kind of shows up in the back though, and he's like behind,
Mm,
so like no one really sees him. And then as Ocelot is distracting Scott Dolph, the commander, as he's like distracting him,
with his slow clap.
yeah, Sergei grabs him from behind and takes him hostage. They got this commander hostage, so Ocelot and Sergei now have this guy hostage in front of all of these U.S. Marine Corps
Ah,
guys in front of Metal Gear Ray.
So the US Marine Corps essentially the only thing stopping them from firing on these two is the fact that they have this dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, also, I'm pretty sure I don't know if any of them like. I know that some of them have guns, but I don't think the majority of them have guns because
Okay.
they're like kind of like at a meeting.
Okay. And what is the commander saying? Is he like, no?
He's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And
Yeah.
Ocelot is he says he Ocelot's just kind of like goading him on, and Gurlukovich from behind the commander goes, "Oh, we're gonna take this Metal Gear and we're gonna use it to restore Russia's glory."
Mm.
And then Ocelot just kind of looks at Sergei and he goes, I have no intention of restoring Russia's glory."
Oh shit! Is he double crossing?
He's double crossing.
Damn. And
Uh,
who has the dude in their arms?
Sergei Gurlukovich,
Okay,
he
so
has the
Glutch.
commander in his arms. Ocelot is on the other side.
Okay, and Ocelot's basically like,
Yeah, I'm actually not doing what you thought we were doing.
ooh, okay.
Ocelot then says, uh, "I've come to take back this Metal Gear. Take it back for the Patriots."
Oh shit!
And the commander, Scott Dolph, replies. He goes, "The lolly lule lo."
What? I'm sorry. The what?
The lolly lule lo.
The hell is that?
La li lule
I
lo.
I heard what you said, but what? But why?
It's the lolly lule lo. You got that?
No, I don't. What does he say? Why? What does that mean?
Gurlukovich is pissed.
That's
He's mad. He's like, "Ocelot, you're betraying me."
is this are these words that the commander said? What is that? Is this just not addressed?
I mean, the commander says,
Like in game, is it not addressed?
Ocelot goes, "I'm taking it back for the Patriots." And the commander goes, "The lolly lule lo." And
And
then
then the
continues on.
continuation.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's what you're doing to me too.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm giving you the information that you
Yeah.
would receive if you played the game.
Fair enough. All right, continue. I'll just beg that in my head.
The lolly lule lo.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
important, dude. They're important.
Okay.
All right. Well then, Ocelot, he's like gloating in his glory while Gurlukovich is pissed off and like ranting at him. He's like, "You're a dog. You're a traitor." And Ocelot, this man, absolutely fucking demolishes 6 men at once.
Oh, the Russian men?
The Russians that were with Sergei, some of the Marine Corps, Sergei himself, and the commander, Scott Dolph. Ocelot literally caps like all of them in 10 seconds.
Like she kills them?
He kills them.
Oh shit.
And it's like super impressive because like Sergei like goes to lift his gun to point it at Ocelot, and Ocelot he like whips off his trench coat, and like while the trench coat is flying in midair, you just like see like through like one of the bullet holes that comes through the trench coat, you see Ocelot's face, and literally everyone starts falling dead.
Oh, that's
Because
cool.
Ocelot, he's literally just popping. He has 2 revolvers,
Yeah.
and he just pops everyone off in seconds.
Damn. Okay.
So they're like all of their bodies fall at the same time, and Ocelot's just standing there.
Where's Snake again?
He's in the back of the room because he was taking pictures of Metal Gear Ray.
Yeah. Snake's just taking
I
pictures.
mean, he's just kind of watching. He's like,
Yeah.
"What's going on?"
Just,
Classic Snake.
yeah. He's
He's
just there. He's just there to kind of
dude.
document.
He's always confused.
Yeah. Yep.
He's just what?
Let me get this shot.
Okay,
So they're all dead.
okay, they are all dead. And do you
Okay.
want to know what Ocelot does next?
What does he do?
He detonates a bunch of explosives that he planted around the tanker, and the tanker starts sinking.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's not good.
no, it's not good.
That's really not good.
It's not good.
Okay.
Because like they're in the bottom of this tanker, dude. They're not like where they can just get out. Like if the sink,
Yeah, and then
if
the
the
Metal
ship,
Gears also.
yeah, if the ship, well, the Metal Gear's amphibious.
Yeah, I think I'm catching what's about to happen.
But if the ship goes down, everyone in that bottom hold is like for sure dead. There's
Yeah.
no way to get out.
Yeah. Unless
Um, then Snake finally catches up to Ocelot, who's like trying to get into Ray.
okay.
Um, and once Snake walks over to him, uh, Ocelot's arm starts tweaking out. Like,
Fox die? Oh, because he got close to him.
do you remember? No, do you remember in the last game, Ocelot lost his
Oh,
arm?
he did lose his arm from Cyber
Cy-
Ninja.
Yeah, from
Yes.
Cyborg Ninja,
I
he cut
remember
it
now.
off. So
Yeah.
Ocelot's arm, it's back,
Forgot about that.
but his arm starts like tweaking the fuck out. Like I'm talking like his entire arm starts spasming.
When Snake gets close to him?
Yeah, and he starts like holding it. He's like, like
Okay.
clearly struggling. And then Snake is just kind of like staring at him, like, what is happening? Snake is just mind boggled right
Yeah,
now,
as he is.
as usual. And Ocelot's arm keeps tweaking, and then it stops all of a sudden. It just stops. And Ocelot looks up at Snake. And you know what he says?
Hmm.
It's been a while, dear brother.
Oh no! It what is Liquid Snake?
It's Ocelot.
But he sounds like Liquid Snake.
But his arm tweaked out, and now he has Liquid Snake's voice.
What is happening?
Oh, yeah, like what the hell is
What is
Liquid's
happening?
voice coming from Ocelot's mouth for?
Okay, okay.
Um, you know, it's
The
kind
British
of
man
you get
returns.
it a little bit more explained throughout the game. It's not explained right now, but just to save both of our sanities,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you right now. Ocelot had Liquid Snake's arm grafted onto his body
Okay.
after the Shadow Moses incident.
Okay.
Okay, so he lost his arm,
He
right?
lost his
He
arm.
took Liquid's dead body, took
Yep.
the arm off of Liquid's body, and put it on his own.
Got it.
And through that, Liquid Snake's ghost has
Oh.
been able to possess Ocelot whenever Solid Snake is near.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense, right?
No, it does. It does actually. I mean, I've heard of that happening before. So, it's a common issue when you graft body parts.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
honestly, this is probably a plus for Liquid Snake. He's got a way to still be alive.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Well, basically, Ocelot, he's like trying to fight it back. So it kind of looks like Ocelot
Oh.
doesn't want Liquid to come out.
Yeah, that's fair. If I
Um,
had a ghost inhibiting my right arm, I'd be a little pissed.
just a little.
Just a little bit.
Um, but then Ocelot, he literally can't. Like he can't fight Liquid back. Liquid's just too
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
But I will now be referring to Ocelot as Liquid Ocelot.
Okay.
He's no longer Revolver Ocelot. He's now Liquid
He's
Ocelot.
got two split personalities.
Yes.
That one of them is in his arm.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So Liquid Ocelot then jumps into Metal Gear Ray and he destroys the absolute fuck out of this tanker.
Okay.
I'm talking, dude. It's literally like it's like a 3-minute sequence of him just blowing shit up.
And is Snake like is this like an escape?
Yeah, Snake's trying to get out. Like he's just trying to find his way. Like trying to figure out where to go because there's just so
Right.
much chaos going on.
Okay.
Um, but Liquid Ocelot, he destroys the fuck out of this tanker. Like I'm ravages it, breaks a hole in the side of it, and then this is where I was talking about that backflip. Literally, then Ray climbs onto the top of the sinking tanker, stands there in the Manhattan Harbor.
Oh
It's a really
shit.
cool visual because it's like downpouring outside and it's
Mm,
nighttime, and Ray does a backflip off of the exploding thing into the ocean
dude.
and then swims away.
Yo, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Um,
It's fucking swimming away from the
but
explosion.
that's what
So
happens.
this Metal
And
Gear is swimming in the Manhattan like river.
hey, so it's your favorite editing pigs here, and I
Hello.
I decided to boot up the game right after we played just because classic Metal Gear time, wanted to play some Metal Gear. I realized the first words in the entire game that Snake says is the Hudson River 2 years ago. Um, so I just want you to keep that in mind as you listen to this little debacle.
Yeah, just the fact that that's the first thing he says, and we have this conversation coming up.
Yeah, we struggle quite a bit.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
But yeah, I guess enjoy this little bit. Just clarifying. Snake says it. I'm just fucking stupid. All right, see ya. It's obviously I'm not from New York, so I don't know New York's layout super well, but to my knowledge, it's like that like big chunk of land in the middle of like New York.
Um,
Like think
New York
about
City.
city. No.
That
I
is.
sound so stupid right now.
Is that what you mean?
No, okay. So like it's like this is an island in the middle, like there's water around
Like
it.
where the Statue of Liberty's on?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think. No, it's like a bigger island.
New York
Like,
City.
is New York City an island?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought New York City was just part of New York.
I think it's an island.
It sounds so fucking stupid right now.
uh, well, let me see. I mean, I've been there a couple times,
For
but
anyone listening, Justin is now Googling what New York looks like.
well, see, it's like when you start talking about it, you realize how much you don't trust your knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. See,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and that's
I'm
the Manhattan.
assuming. I'm
Yeah, that's the
assuming.
Manhattan.
I'm assuming that like. Yeah. So it's like New York. It's like kind of what is that called? Peninsula.
Yeah,
It's like a peninsula,
that's what we'll say.
and there's like a bridge going across it in Manhattan.
No, I think it is a
You know what?
peninsula.
Everyone who just heard all of that, forget about it if you're from New York because we're probably wrong. And if you're not from New York, just Google what New York looks like. All right. It's New York. It's in Manhattan. It's a bridge. It's the harbor. That's what we are going with. Okay. Sound good?
Hudson River, not Manhattan River.
Hudson River? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. We redeemed ourselves.
Wait,
No, have we not?
hold on. This is
Yeah.
river surrounding. Yeah, river surrounding New York. The Hudson River.
So it is the Hudson River.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Manhattan.
Manhattan River. So I was right.
No, no, no. I'm just lurking.
Lurking. Bro, we lurking in our DMs.
Didn't you say Manhattan Harbor at one point?
I did.
Did you mean to say that?
I think so.
I think that's what threw me off on the whole spiel. Cause like when you said Manhattan Harbor, I mean it was like, oh, Manhattan River. That's not a thing. It's
Okay.
the Hudson River
It's the
that
Hudson River.
yeah, because that's the one that goes through New York, and then that's what New York City's surrounded by. Um,
When I picture, like, when you don't like see the greater city of New York, you kind of just see some of the buildings around the river and this tanker is in it. So
yeah.
I'm assuming it's
Well, because the only reason I asked, because I was thinking to myself, like, this thing's massive. So I'm thinking to myself, if it's swimming, it probably that'd probably I don't know, just a visual of that, like swimming around like through the Hudson
it
around New
can go
York
deep
City.
underwater.
Yeah.
So like from the visuals that we see, it looks like it swims like to the bottom and then
Yeah, yeah.
scurries away.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we also just learned some geography.
we did. And everyone at home, you learned it with us. And you actually probably didn't because it was probably really confusing.
Well, the
But
thing is it's like I was confident in what I knew, and then the more we talked, the more I just realized I knew nothing.
I was just not confident from the beginning.
But at the same time, I feel like we'll just move on.
Yeah, you want to hear what happens next?
Yeah,
Well, if you remember, Solid Snake was in the tanker and it just got destroyed.
I do remember that.
Solid Snake fucking dies.
No way.
Yes, he does.
I guess that's fair. I mean, he can just possess someone else, right?
No, he's dead.
Nobody's gonna graft his body parts.
No.
Riddle me this: What if you graft? What if you graft? What? what are the what are the limits of this grafting science here? Because like, can you just graft any body part?
You know, not explained.
Not
I
explained.
think I know where you're going with this.
I mean, imagine if you grafted Snake's dick, and then you could always hear him in you,
Dude,
inside of you.
if
Snake was always inside of you, and you could use him to be inside of other things.
I would, dude, I actually would be fine with that. Like
Yeah,
if if I could be walking around my day and have the biggest schwangiest dick of
yeah.
all time and just in my ear hear Meryl.
Barrel? No,
Oh, Metal Gear. That's all he says. He just says his couple of words.
no, because get this, his arm was shaking, right? So your dick's just shaking, and then all of a sudden your voice turns into Solid Snake. You just see some dude's crotch just going ham, and then all of a
Just
sudden he
fucking
just goes,
Metal Gear. Metal Gear. Gamble. Girl.
"Okay, okay,
Go ahead.
okay, we'll move on. We'll move on."
Okay. Um yeah, so it's now 2009.
Oh, so
Two
okay,
two
so
year time jump.
Snake dies, and then all of a sudden you're just thrown into this
Yeah, two
time
year
jump.
time jump.
Okay,
Snake dies, 2 year time jump. It's 2009. There is a character swimming.
yeah,
We see like him swimming through the water, and we hear Roy Campbell's voice.
Meryl's
Roy,
uncle.
yeah, Meryl's uncle, and he says, "Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?" Oh wait, I guess I was wrong. Snake didn't die.
Oh, really?
Really, dude,
No
really.
way.
Um, but yeah, we
Bro asked him like he wasn't there inside of it. You remember when that one thing happened? Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, so that's what Campbell says to us.
Yeah.
The voice responds to Campbell.
Snake response.
Yeah, but it doesn't
The
sound
voice.
like Snake at all. It doesn't sound like Snake at all.
They fucking grafted his dick.
It's like a high pitched voice.
Oh?
It's like, yeah, Colonel, I remember when that happened.
This mother is this the third clone?
And then Campbell then explains to us that when that tanker sank, like when the oil tanker with Ray sank and Snake was on and all that, they're going to refer to it as the tanker incident.
Yeah.
So if I ever mention the tanker incident, I'm talking about this opening scene to the game that I just told you.
Okay.
Okay. So when the tanker incident happened, a bunch of crude oil spilled into the harbor.
Fucking whales.
So in order to provide the cleanup facility, um, like in order to provide the cleanup, a facility was created and it's called the Big Shell.
The Big Show.
The Big Shell.
Oh.
Shell.
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 Got it.
So it's like I'm trying to like think of how I would describe this to you. Think
Is it
of
like an
like
environmental?
yeah, kind of. I'm trying to like give you a good picture because I don't have a picture for it for him. So like I'm trying to give you a picture in your mind. It's like think like oct- octagonal. Is that how I would say that? 8 sides?
8 sides, yeah.
Yeah. So think of like an octagonal shape.
Okay. An
Um,
octagon.
an octagon. Yeah. Think it. Well,
Yeah.
no, because if I would say octagon shape,
Yeah.
what octagonal? That's like the adjective version, right?
I don't know. I mean, you just want me to visualize an octagon, right?
Okay, yeah. And then picture like big fucking like legs keeping it out of the water. Like
Okay.
it's this big shell facility is in the water.
I think
Out
I
in
I
the
think I can I actually I can visualize it pretty well.
and there's
I know what you're trying
multiple
to say.
octagons. So like they're in the shape of an octagon.
Yes. So it's I'm getting it. I'm getting
So
it.
like there's multiple they're called struts in the game. There's multiple struts. They're all octagonal shape. It's all like this weird orange color.
Okay.
So it's just think like this big octagon shape with many octagons inside of it out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And that's what they're it's called the big shell. That's
Like
what
the
they're
pillars are all like 8 sided coming out of water
yeah,
kind of.
and they like
They're
hold it
like
up in the ocean.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that is what
See,
they're using to clean up all of the crude oil that happened from the tanker incident.
you know what's funny is I'm visualizing what you were making in Minecraft. Remember how you were making that thing coming out of the water and it had all the pillars?
Yeah, actually that's a good
That's
I was
exactly
making I was trying to make like a city for anyone listening. I was trying to make like a city in the ocean.
yeah.
Um and I was referencing the big shell. I actually
You
was.
actually were?
Yes, I actually was.
Because
I forgot about that. It was not the same color palette,
no,
but it was like the same shape.
that makes sense because it literally is exactly what you're describing.
Yes.
So I can
So
visualize it based off of your
yeah. So
Minecraft
but there's
expertise.
8 of those and they all
Okay.
form one big octagon.
Got it. Got
Okay.
it. Got it.
Cuz yeah, I don't have a picture for you, so I'm
Yeah.
just trying to
No, yeah,
give you
that
some
does the
kind of
job.
yeah, okay. But basically this big shell facility
Yeah.
has been taken over by some terrorists.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, big no.
Ruh-roh.
But big oopsie. They are called Dead Cell.
Ooh, that's pretty ominous.
Yeah, and they have a Russian troops supporting them. It's always the Russians.
Always.
They have not only taken the Big Shell hostage, but they also happen to have President of the United States James Johnson hostage there as
Ooh,
well.
like what the fuck? Why are these guys so good at infiltrating and stealing people? Like everybody's always
Do you
hostage.
remember the post-credit scene from Metal Gear Solid 1?
Um uh Big Boss was still alive?
No, Metal Gear Solid 1. So Shadow Moses, Liquid Snake, Solid Snake, all
Oh, the
that stuff.
last game?
Yeah, the last game I talked about.
Yeah, I remember there was like a voice and we didn't
Ocelot was
know who
talking to
was
someone on the
yeah,
phone,
we didn't know who it
and
was.
he said he was basically he revealed he was working for the president.
So they had some inside men.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they have the president hostage.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I mean that's fine. Just get a new one.
they are demanding $30 billion,
Okay.
or they're gonna blow the big shell out of the water.
I mean, if he's 4 years into his term, his reelection coming up because
I have
30.
no idea how this will. It would be 2009, so election
Yeah, he's
terms are 4
almost
years. So Well, no, because it'd be 2012 would be the next
Yeah,
election
yeah,
cycle.
you're right. So this is pretty
Yeah,
early.
so this is literally right after he got elected.
Yeah, man.
Oopsie daisy. We need to
Oopsie
go save the
daisy.
president.
Yeah.
But basically, Campbell tells quote unquote Snake
Mm-hmm.
that the two mission objectives are save the president and disarm the terrorists by any means necessary.
Okay.
Campbell also tells quote unquote Snake that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting an operation at the same time and that we need to avoid them because they don't know, they're not aware of our presence.
Okay. So
So,
let me get this straight. Because Snake's not working for Campbell. So why is he working for Campbell now?
remember, I'm just going to be honest with you, bro. This is not Snake.
But Campbell thinks it is.
Campbell's referring to him as Snake. But we, from his voice, clearly tell that's not Snake. Snake has like one of the most iconic voices in video gaming.
So we know that Campbell knows that too.
Yeah, Campbell, he knows that
So
it's not
this
Snake.
is okay. So this is just a different, from what I can tell.
You'll understand a little bit more literally in like this paragraph.
Got it. Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
but basically, Campbell says, SEAL Team 10 has no knowledge that Foxhound is here. So this
Yeah.
Snake is working for Foxhound as well.
Right. Right. So that's another reason why we.
And they may treat us as an enemy, so we need to just don't come into contact with them at all.
Okay.
Um, Campbell then tells us that we're changing our code name and we'll be no longer going as Snake. We'll
Mm-hmm.
now be referred to as Raiden.
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 Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit. See, that's giving me what's his name vibes.
Yeah, he's wearing a mask right now, so you can't see what he looks like at this exact moment,
Yeah.
but he's wearing a mask. It kind of adds to the
He looks like Cyborg Ninja.
is it Snake? Is it not Snake? It's not Snake. We
Who
all knew
who
it
was
wasn't Snake.
who was Cyborg Ninja again? What was his name?
Gray Fox.
Gray Fox.
It's
Yeah.
not it's not the Cyborg Ninja.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. It just.
But Raiden, he then mentions that I've gone on 300 VR missions, so I think I'm pretty well equipped for this. Yeah, so it's
He's been in
I
the
can't
lab
remember
for a bit.
I can't remember if they tell us right now or if it's a little bit later, but this is Raiden's first mission.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
He's been on many VR missions, but this is his first mission.
Okay.
So VR is like essentially it's like VR in our life.
Damn. So his first mission is a big one.
His first mission, he has to save the president and kill a group of terrorists.
Just casually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, then we also learn that Raiden, there's someone else on this mission, like helping Campbell out, and her name is Rosemary. She is Raiden's girlfriend.
Okay.
She's Raiden's girlfriend, and Raiden's like, dude, why
She's
are
on
you?
the Kodak.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, why are you here? And Campbell says, she's gonna be our analyst for this mission. So like the girl that you call when you need to save.
Got
Same
it.
thing as Mei Ling was in the last one. And he says that our last analyst was in an accident and then does not explain any further.
Ah, I see.
And now Rosemary is going to be taking over that position. And Raiden's like, dude, she's my girlfriend. Like, that can't be okay, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's personal ties here. Like, I don't think that's allowed.
Yeah.
And Campbell's like, shut up.
Shit. Okay.
Campbell's like, don't question it.
I'm.
Okay.
I feel like she's his operator.
Well, Raiden, he then gets into he gets into the big shell. He kind of like swims underneath the big shell, and there's like a fence that goes down to the
Yeah.
ocean floor. He swims through a hole in the ocean fence,
Yep.
and he's like, "Why is there a hole here?" He's like, "Someone has already infiltrated here." And Campbell's like, "That's not possible. You're the only one doing this." And Raiden's like, "No, dude, I didn't cut that hole. There was already a hole that I just came through." And Campbell's like,
As well as
"Shut
a
up.
hole
Just
that
do
you
your
come
mission."
through. What? Yeah.
Uh, yeah, Campbell's like, "Shut up. Just do your mission." Ryan's like, all right, whatever. But he gets up and
Campbell's just so sauce all the time.
yeah, he is.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but he gets into a room and there's an elevator at the back of this room. As he gets into the room, he notices there's a bunch of unconscious guards all over the ground and there's someone going up this elevator.
Yeah. So somebody's
We
been.
see him from the back,
Mm.
but I mean, if you play the game, you would know who it is
Yeah.
from seeing them from the back. But I'm not going to tell you because you're not playing the game.
Damn you. Okay.
Okay. But
So he
Raiden,
sees somebody going up the ladder.
yeah.
Okay.
Rose then calls um Raiden on the Kodak, and she refers to him as Jack. So Jack is Ryden's real name. We
Okay.
learned that right off the bat.
And Snake's real name is John, right?
No, one of the Snake's real name is John. We'll get
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Snake, Solid Snake, his real name is David.
Oh, it was David. I
David.
knew it was like a basic name. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess no offense to David's. It's not basic, but you know what I mean.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be so dead ass with you. All of the main characters in this series have the most basic ass names.
Yeah. I guess I just mean like common names.
Yeah, because like
I mean, my name's Justin, you know.
everyone refers to them as their
My
code
name's also
names. So
basic.
like their code names are cool enough that they're allowed to have
Yeah,
common names.
exactly.
Um, but yeah, so Ryden's real name is Jack, and then Campbell he gets annoyed at Rose, and he's like, "Stop calling him Jack. We're on a mission. Call him Ryden."
And Ryan's like, I told you.
Yeah, and it's like, Campbell, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Ryden gets into the elevator, and as he's riding up, he takes off his mask, and we finally get to see what Ryden actually looks like.
Okay.
And what is
Damn.
your takeaway from what Ryden looks like? Again, anyone at home, I'm showing pictures of these characters to Justin. So if you want to look it up at home, that's perfectly fine. But yeah,
Ryan looks like somebody Otacon would be wet for.
very long blonde hair, very effeminate. Um, he's got like that what's the word? Soft boy look to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's a good looking man.
He is. I think Ryden's pretty attractive.
Um,
I think Ryan's just as attractive as Snake's way better.
well, he's giving me like he could be like because Liquid Snake's
Also
got
had long blonde hair.
long blonde hair, so that's why I'm like, what's going on here?
What is going on here, man? The world may never know, except I know everything. I do
So,
know everything all the time, forever, except all of the information in the last episode that I got wrong. Okay, I know.
and you don't know much about New York City either.
Yeah, that's true.
It's okay.
It's fine,
Neither
dude.
do
You know
I.
what?
I
I'm
guess.
sitting here and I'm just yapping, and that's what we're doing here.
Well, that's okay.
That's what we're doing. All right,
It's what we're best at.
get back into it, brother.
All right, man.
All right, so Ryden he gets in this elevator and he takes off his helmet. We see what he looks like. There we go. He gets a call from Campbell on the codec. Campbell tells us that the terrorists are referring to themselves as the Sons of Liberty. So, like, I'm going to call them Dead Cell because their, like, actual name is Dead Cell, but they're referring to themselves as the Sons of Liberty.
Sounds like a biker gang.
Yeah, it does. It's also weird. They're,
Yeah.
like, trying to kill the president. Why are they referring to
Mm.
themselves as the Sons of Liberty?
Well, to be honest, from a terrorist perspective, they're not terrorists.
Yeah, I mean, I think they would think they're terrorists
Yeah, I guess so.
because they're about to
But like a terrorist is
I didn't mention this. It's just kind
yeah,
of
you're
like
right.
think about if they actually blow up this big show. I didn't like because like Campbell, dude, this game has the same. It's got the classic Metal Gear problem where they yap. They yap more than I yap.
Yeah.
Like they'll talk about something and so in depth it's crazy.
I
And
guess
I
it what I,
obviously can't do that for every conversation, but just
yeah.
think about if the actual Campbell says all this earlier, but think about if the actual big shell explodes.
Yeah, it would be terrible.
It's literally a facility designed to clean up all of the oil from the tanker incident.
Mhm.
So all of that oil would get re-released into the harbor, killing like all the fish, poisoning the seawater,
Exactly.
just absolute environmental cataclysm.
So, yeah, so from their perspective, they are obviously actively trying to do wrong.
Yeah,
So I guess
I
I guess
think
I
they would.
more so was trying to say though, like from a terrorist perspective, not necessarily in this incident, but sometimes like it's like the I guess the object of morals. Like if you look at like why did a terrorist blow this building up? It's like, well, from their perspective, they were doing it to either because they felt like they thought, they believed this about this. I guess I'm not saying that what they did is right, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the moral objective of what one country views as a terrorist towards them, the other country views them as bad, blah blah blah. Anywho. But yeah, if you're trying to like put that much oil in the ocean, I mean
yeah.
it's a pretty clear
I mean,
objective there.
they're in this certain case they're the bad ones. I get
Yeah.
what you're saying about like some terrorists they think they're the good ones.
Yeah,
And who
I
knows?
mean maybe
Maybe
all
these terrorists
terrorists.
actually do think they're the good ones, but I can't tell you why until later.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cuz I mean
Maybe.
okay. Cuz
All right, you ready?
sometimes you got to yeah, I'm
Ready to
ready.
keep going? Okay. Well, in this codec call that Campbell has, he tells you that they're called the Sons of Liberty, and then he
Yeah.
also says that their leader His name is Solid Snake.
Oh.
What the hell?
Oh shit.
What the hell?
What is happening?
Solid Snake is the leader of this terrorist group, dude. What's going on?
Okay.
And then Campbell also says, "Yeah, but I don't believe it's actually Solid Snake."
Okay.
He's like, "That can't be right because Solid Snake died in the tanker incident 2 years ago."
Yeah.
Um,
Allegedly.
he then Campbell says he died in the tanker incident 2 years ago after he blew it sky high. So Solid Snake has been framed for the tanker incident. They think that he's the one that destroyed it,
Okay.
and he died there.
Okay.
Okay. I should mention that, like, I keep saying they call you by Kodak, but I'm not telling you all of them. They will literally call by Kodak for nothing. Like, there's this one part where Raiden has to go to a console to like turn it on. That way he has the ability to save.
Okay.
And Campbell will call you and be like, "Hey, you need to go to this console, turn it on, and save." And then Ryan's like, "Okay, I will." Raiden gets to the console. Then he calls Campbell. He's like, "I've made it to the console." And Campbell's like, "Okay, save then." And Ryan's like, "Okay." And then they hang up. And then you get to save. And then Ryan's like, he calls again. He's like, "Colonel, I've saved the game." And like this literally incessant about how
Whoa.
many Kodak
Okay.
calls you're getting.
And you know, and I know that this is on purpose
It is
because this is a Metal Gear game.
very extremely on purpose.
Okay.
It
I'll
is
keep
like
that logged.
it is
I'll
absolutely
remember that.
incessant how many Kodak calls you're getting throughout this.
Interesting.
Like
Okay.
for the littlest things. There's one part where Raiden he walks into a room and there's some guards in there. He walks in the room, sees the guards, and then he gets down behind cover and he goes, "Colonel, there's guards in this room." He calls them and tells them there's guards in the room. And Campbell's like, "Okay, take care of them."
Mm.
And you just contrast that with Snake in the last mission, where like you had a bunch of codec calls, but they were all story progression.
Yeah.
They were all like Snake figuring out what's going on.
This
Not
guy
for
seems like he's
this is his first mission,
yeah, he needs a lot of validation.
and he is getting validated on every small, tiny detail he can.
Okay.
Okay, I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah.
But then Raiden makes it to the roof because he started at the bottom. He gets up to the roof
Started
of
from
the
the
strut that
bottom
he's on.
and now we're here.
Yeah, he's there now. He
Yeah.
he did start from the bottom, and he is there now.
Okay.
Okay. But he continues on. He stumbles into a room where he finds the SEAL team that was like sent in,
Yeah, 10.
and they're dead. All of them. They're just fucking obliterated. They're just
Damn.
absolutely massacred.
And the person you saw going up the ladder, were they part of the SEAL team?
They were not wearing SEAL uniforms.
Okay.
I won't tell you what
So
uniform they
it's
were
the
wearing.
third party that I don't know about.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay.
But their blood's all over the walls. Their body litter the ground. It's very reminiscent of the scene in the last game. Remember when Snake goes into the hallway and after the cyborg ninja goes through and kills everyone
Yeah.
right before he finds Otacon?
Yeah.
It literally almost looks the same. It's
Oh.
like it's very parallel scene.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but then he like continues to walk through these dead bodies and he's confused, and then he sees Vamp.
Yo.
And Vamp is drinking the blood of one of these SEAL team members.
All right. What is this man looking like? He looks like Craven the Hunter who he looks like a more lean Craven the Hunter.
Do you know what Vamp's shtick is?
Does he drink blood like a vampire?
No, he is a vampire.
He is a
He is
vampire.
an actual
That
vampire.
makes sense.
He's like an actual he can't die.
He drinks blood.
He drinks
He
blood.
can't die.
He's really fast.
What the hell is going on?
He's a vampire. He's an actual vampire.
He's a vampire?
Yeah, dude. I
Silver?
told you
Is
these
his weakness silver?
these games are based in reality. I've told you that 1,000 times.
Okay. See, the more these games progress, the more it's not based in reality.
Not true.
But from what I feel like there's probably a scientific explanation because it seems like this game does that.
We'll wait 2 more games.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Vamp is about to fuck Raiden up because he like turns around and sees Raiden, and he is about to destroy this man. He uses his super speed and he gets behind Raiden, and Raiden is still looking where he was. He doesn't even know the Vamp's moved.
I'm just imagining this vamp just sucking Raiden's blood, and Raiden's on the corner like,
Colonel,
Colonel, he's sucking my blood. What do I do now?
that's how bad it is. That's really how bad it is.
Colonel, yeah, yeah, that's rough.
Um,
So Raiden. This dude has super speed.
yeah, he does, and he's like about to fucking kill Raiden. Like I'm
Okay,
serious. Like
okay.
he's literally about to murder this man.
Okay.
And then one of the SEALs that wasn't dead steps in and attacks Vamp. He shoots like a gun at him, and Vamp like dodges all the bullets. Of course he does.
Yeah.
He literally dodges these bullets.
Okay.
Just he like sidesteps them. He's not even like jumping from area to area. He like does like a little dance.
Yeah.
And literally is dancing and weaving through these bullets.
Like that, like the classic the X-Men speedster from in Marvel.
Yeah, kind of. It's not stylized the same way, but I guess if that's how you want
Yeah.
to picture it,
Because
it's
I'm guessing
fine.
he's not that fast.
He's not that fast.
Yeah.
He's just like superhuman vampire fast.
Yeah,
Um, but Vamp then gets a call on his phone. He whips out his phone and he like answers it, and he's like, "Yes, Queen."
Hold on.
He's got this deep ass voice.
So wait, so this dude just got shot at that he answers a call?
Yeah, he's not. He's Vamp is not worried. Bro is not phased at all.
So he's on the phone while he's getting shot at.
Yeah,
And he says, "Yes, Queen."
yeah.
Okay.
He goes, "Yes, Queen,"
Okay.
and then like we don't hear the other voice, but he's like, "Okay, Queen," and then he leaves.
Wait, and the SEAL dude's still shooting at him.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And then we're
Okay.
introduced the SEAL. He walks forward and he introduces himself.
Nice.
His name is Iroquois Pliskin.
Pliskin. That sounds familiar.
Does it? Does Pliskin sound familiar?
Yeah. Where have I heard Pliskin from?
I'm showing you a picture of Iroquois Pliskin.
You are?
Yeah. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Am I supposed to draw something for this picture?
I mean, you could if you wanted to.
Shit. I mean, he looks. I don't know. He doesn't really. I mean, what is that?
Yeah.
Like clean shaven snake or something?
No.
Okay.
But basically, his name is Iroquois Pliskin. He's the last surviving member of the SEAL team because Vamp killed the rest of them.
Right. Who and he was trying to help Raiden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. He introduces himself. He calls Raiden a little bitch. Like, he doesn't say he's a bitch, but like he's talking to Raiden, and Raiden's like, "Yeah, I've been on 300 VR missions, and I know what I'm doing." And Iroquois Pliskin, he's like, I'm going to tell you exactly what he says. He says, "A virtual grunt of the digital age. That's just great."
Oh, so he sounds like Snake.
Oh, yeah. He is actually voiced by David Hayter, who's the guy who voiced Snake.
So he is Snake.
He's not Snake. He's Iroquois Pliskin.
Got it. My bad.
This is Iroquois Pliskin.
Wait, is it Pliskin? Isn't that like? Did they get that name from something else? Isn't that like from? Isn't that what the dude's name is in the one movie?
We're moving on.
It, am I crazy?
I mean,
Okay.
we're moving on.
Okay.
Pliskin explains that Dead Cell was formed by ex-president George Sears.
Ooh.
So from the last game,
Ex-US president.
yeah, from the last game to this game, there's a new president.
Yeah.
So maybe James Johnson, the one that they're holding hostage, isn't the one Ocelot's working for.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because Dead Cell was formed by ex-president George Sears.
Yes.
Um,
Who was arrested?
Pliskin then confirms, no, he wasn't arrested. He was the last president. We don't know what happened to him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We don't know anything yet. We just
Okay.
know he's the ex-president.
Got it.
Pliskin then confirms that Solid Snake died 2 years ago on the tanker after he blew it up.
Okay.
He then tells us his body was even ID'd at the scene. They
Mm.
found his body at the scene.
Yeah.
And they ran like a DNA test on it. It is
Okay.
Solid Snake.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, they can say these things.
What do you mean they could say these things, dude?
Sure, I'm sure the body was, but dude, there's vampires, there's grafting. Big Boss, he's probably still out there somewhere. There's genes, gene therapy. I mean,
Ye of little faith, brother. Ye of little faith.
no, I have a lot of faith.
Do you? Do
I have a
you?
lot of faith that anything could happen.
Okay, man.
All right. We'll see though. We'll see.
Raiden then leaves. He makes it outside and he sees the president. He sees President James Johnson.
Is he like tied up?
Yeah, he's tied up and he's at the feet of this woman named Fortune.
Queen? Ooh.
Queen.
Is it Queen?
Yes, Queen.
Yes, Queen.
But yeah, Fortune, she's standing there and President James Johnson is laying unconscious at her feet.
Okay.
She's basically like, as he's laying there, Fortune is like, she's like, "Put me out of my misery."
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, she's like standing there and she's like got her arms out and she's like, "Put me out of my misery. I don't even want to live anymore."
Damn.
And all of these soldiers that are like shooting at her, all the bullets are just fucking missing.
Wait, whoa. Who's shooting at her?
This is, I forgot to mention, there's some soldiers and they're shooting at her. Like Raiden walks out into the scene. Like he walks out of the door and
Is
sees
this
this
the
happening.
SEALs?
I can't remember. Is it the SEALs? Maybe. You know what? We're just gonna say it's the SEALs
Okay,
because I feel like that's the easiest. And I'm probably wrong that all of the SEALs died from Vamp. Vamp probably just killed a large amount of them.
got it.
Okay. Clarification: Vamp killed a bunch of SEALs. There's still some left, and they're shooting at Fortune.
Okay,
All
they're
right.
there for the president,
Yeah.
and
Um.
she's eagle spread, being like,
Kill
"Kill
me,
me,"
and all of their
and they're all
bullets
missing her.
are missing. Like
Okay.
literally, they're fire. Like one dude fires a rocket launcher at her, and it just right around her.
Ooh, okay.
And like all their bullets, it's like they're in trajectory to hit her, and then right as they like are about to hit her, they like swoop out of the way.
Okay.
So it's like she has a force field around her.
Yeah, and
And
it sounds like she doesn't want one.
no, I mean she's telling them, she's like, please kill me. I don't want to live anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but whatever. Vamp walks out from behind her and he picks up the president, and then both Fortune and Vamp with the president walk into another building. And
Okay,
since Fortune is like right in front of Vamp, none of the bullets are hitting. They're just going by.
got it.
So let's just cap the members of Dead Cell so far. We have Vamp, a vampire who can't die,
Mm-hmm.
and Fortune, a woman who cannot be hit by bullets.
Yeah. Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks for Raiden, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a rough lineup right there.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely like,
But it sounds like one of them wants to die, and the other one is a vampire.
yeah, he's
So, so that's where we're at.
Vamp's entire personality is he's a vampire.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's got a really cool voice. Like
Okay.
I cannot stress this enough.
Mm-hmm.
His voice, yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like so deep and sultry.
I was gonna say it sounds
He's like,
satisfying.
you can't even touch me, can you?
Okay.
Type shit.
Yep. Type shit.
But then Campbell calls Raiden and tells him, he's like, hold on, you got to put your mission on hold. We just got intel that there is C4 explosives planted all around the big shell, and you need to disarm them because if they blow up, then it doesn't matter. Like nothing you do is gonna matter if they blow up.
Okay. This
He
is just a shit show.
he then
It always is.
he tells Raiden that one of the people who came in with the Navy SEALs name is Peter Stillman, and he's a bomb expert. Like he's like the
Right.
leading bomb expert
And he needs
in
to find him.
US. And he needs to
Probably.
find him
Yeah.
so Stillman can explain how to disarm the bombs and stuff.
Okay.
So Raiden, he takes a detour from his mission and he heads there to get Stillman. Stillman tells him about Fat Man.
Okay. His name is Fat Man.
His name is Fat Man. He is the third member of Dead Cell.
He's fat.
I mean, he's not even like super fat.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like most of like the reason why he looks fat is because his body armor is so bulky.
Well, I'm saying like, bro's whole name is just Fat Man.
His name is Fat Man. Like Peter Stillman only refers to him as Fat Man. Campbell only refers to him as Fat Man. Raiden only refers to him as Fat Man. His name is Fat Man.
Damn. What's
Uh,
his thing?
he's okay. So Peter Stillman tells Raiden about Fat Man, and then he calls him the Emperor of Explosives.
Bro probably has a shit ton of yeah.
He's really
Are those
good.
rollerblades?
Yes, they are.
Why does he have
He's
rollerblades
the
on?
he rolls around on rollerblades. I hold on, dude. Peter
Bro is
Stillman. Hold on, dude. Hold on,
okay,
dude.
okay.
Peter Stillman also tells Raiden that Fat Man built an atomic bomb when he was 10.
Oh,
He
nice.
built an atomic bomb by himself when he was 10 years
Okay,
old.
okay.
That's how insane he is.
That's so. And this dude probably is rigged with explosives, and he's wearing shoes that he could just possibly, if he's going down, he can't stop.
This
So
is true.
keep Fat Man away from hills, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, but luckily we're not near hills. We're in the ocean.
Good, good.
Rollerblades.
So when Fat Man's in the ocean, he rocks the rollerblades.
Rollerblades historically are good in the ocean.
Yeah, yes, that's what
Okay.
I've heard.
Anyways, Peter Stillman, he goes in this whole spiel about how to disarm the bombs and stuff, and then Pliskin walks out from like another door. And he
Okay.
comes in, and then he's also listening, and he's like, "I'm gonna work with you, Raiden, because like I know we're not supposed to since I'm a SEAL, but it looks like our goal is the same. I'm just gonna work with you. I already know you're here."
Yeah.
Stillman then mentions that The only other survivor from the people that he was dropped in with was this really skinny guy, and he was brought in as an engineer.
Yeah.
Um, and that's what he mentions. And then
Otacon.
Stillman is like, all right, now guys, go defuse the bombs. So Pliskin leaves, but before Raiden can leave, Stillman's like, hey, Raiden, I need to talk to you for a second.
Okay.
And then Raiden's like, what's up? And he's like, that man is not a SEAL.
Mm.
That man's definitely not a SEAL. Because
Mm.
as Pliskin left, he said Semper Fi, which I think is like a Navy thing.
Okay.
It's not a SEAL thing.
Got it.
And Raiden or Stillman is like, yeah, no, the SEALs don't say that. Also,
Uh,
I didn't see him anywhere with the other SEAls. Like, that dude's not a SEAL.
yep.
And Raiden's like, oh, that's
He's a
weird.
snake. Uh-huh.
Raiden then heads out to defuse the bombs. And I am going to just kind of go on a small little rant here.
All right, let me
This
hear it.
is my least favorite part of this game. I hate the bomb defusal. It is so boring to me.
Tedious?
It's tedious because you got to defuse like 10 bombs
Mm.
and they're like all over the big show. It's not like they're in one area. Like you got to go from strut, 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 strut.
Yeah.
And you got to like find the bomb. And it's cool the way they did it. And I feel like if it was done in less volume, like if you had to defuse like 2 bombs, it would have been fine. But you got to defuse so many of them. And it's like the main plot is like they have the president. Like it's the whole main plot has been put on hold for this.
Yeah.
It just feels so it's just so I hate this part, dude. This is like my biggest gripe with this entire game is the bomb defusal. I despise it.
And it's probably like story-wise something they didn't necessarily need
Yeah, no,
because they
it's
kind of just added it in.
uh, when we get to the end, it is necessary, but I just hate it.
Like obviously if there's bombs, yeah, disarm them. But like
Yeah,
did
but
there need to be bombs?
I'm saying like when we get to the end, yes, there actually did.
Oh,
So
okay.
like we'll get there. It's fine. Like it's I don't like I don't regret that they put it in the game. I just when I get to this part in the game, I'm like,
Mhm. You know, this is
uh,
like an example of why open world games really like because this is why I haven't played many video games. It's because when I play like story video games, which are I mean usually like some of the greatest games in my opinion. But I just haven't played many. And I think it's because I play it I since I played like an open world game. Like Skyrim was probably the first game I went heavy on,
mhm.
and there's a story, but you can do anything.
Yeah.
But these games, there's a story, and you can't just leave this to go do something else.
I like open world games, but to an extent, I think there's when we get to MGS5, I think that open world is perfect
Well, yeah,
because it's like it's still big, but it's small enough. Like my
right.
biggest gripe with open world games is like GTA 5, there's just too much to do.
Well, with me, it's like I feel like open world games ruin my perspective because
Oh, what you're saying is like since you're so used to open world games that if you had a super linear game like this, it
yeah, it's
would
like I can't do it.
yeah, that makes sense though. I mean,
That's my problem. Is like
it's
because Skyrim, I went heavy on that, and then after that, really, I think open world games are
I mean,
really
you
the
played a
only
lot of
games I've
Minecraft.
ever played.
You played Skyrim, Minecraft, Elden Ring.
Breath of the Wild. I mean, what are some other ones? Like I said, I haven't played a lot of games, but they've all been basically open world.
Yeah,
So
that's fair though. And I mean, like I said, I think it's good in moderation, but for me, I grew up on like linear games. Like I grew up
yeah,
with like BioShock and Gears of War and
yeah,
Metal Gear and like that's I love linear story based games, but I don't mind open world at all. Like I don't mind it. It's just when it's too big. It's like too
I
much
get
for
it.
me. It's like I just want to do the story and when there's so much to do, I got like this completionist brain. So when there's so much to do, it's like I want to do all of it, but if there's too much, it's like I can't do everything.
Yeah, it's definitely a balance needed.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I got a job and like
All right. Well,
I got shit I got to do outside of my job and it's like I already don't have the most time in the world that I can sit down and play video games.
yeah,
So it's like when I have a video game that it's going to take me like 800 hours to beat, like to 100%, it's just so much where I'm just it kind of dissuades me. I don't even want to play it.
yeah, I get it. And I guess I just get burnt out easily. So when it's linear and I only have one option, and if I'm not enjoying it, it's like I'll just come
I
back to this some other time. And then I never do.
I will say 100% for certain that I think if you ever play these games, I don't think you would like them.
Yeah.
I don't think you would like playing these games. Like the story is cool. I think you're enjoying the story,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
the actual games and like the gameplay, I think you would hate it. I don't think you could do it.
Right.
And that's not like a slight on you. They're older, they're dated. Like some of them are, especially these first couple, are extremely linear. So
Mhm.
it's like I just don't think you could get behind it.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm enjoying the story, and I'm glad I get to hear that at least.
Yeah, I am too
I don't
because
have to
it's
grind like you did.
I'm glad that I can finally let it all out because oh
Yeah.
my god, there's so much Metal Gear.
All right, man. What's next?
All right, well, right in he's defusing bombs, and while he's doing this, he gets a call from an anonymous source,
Mhm.
and they tell you to call them Deep Throat.
Folks, wait. I've heard Deep Throat before.
You have heard Deep Throat
Hold on,
before.
because I just remembered
What?
last time you said Deep Throat, I was thrown off.
Yeah.
But the second Deep Throat,
Do you remember who Deep Throat was in the first game? You probably don't because I actually forgot to tell you.
mm,
Because the point where it's revealed, I was already drunk by that point,
yeah.
and I was like kind of
Oh, okay.
messing up a little bit of the details. But it's at the end when you remember when Gray Fox is like helping Snake fight Rex
Yes.
in that conversation. The cyborg Gray Fox he reveals that he was Deep Throat, like he was the one giving Snake helpful hints,
Yeah. I used to be Deep Throat.
or he basically like Snake sees him and he goes Fox, and Gray Fox is like, yeah, it sure is a better name than Deep Throat, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot to tell you that, dude. Okay, you know what, guys? Everyone listening at
Gray
home, I'm
Fox
sorry. I was
has
drunk.
Gray Fox has been everyone at this point. Damn.
Not really. I mean,
I mean, he's been 3 different people.
yeah, he's been the Cyborg Ninja, Deep Throat, and Gray Fox. So I
And
guess
the other ninja.
no. You mean the Black Ninja from Metal Gear 2?
Yeah.
That was Kyle Schneider.
Oh,
You forgot about Kyle Schneider,
no,
dude?
I didn't forget. I thought I had said it was Kyle Schneider as the bit, but it actually was Kyle
It was
Schneider.
Kyle
Yeah.
Schneider, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, okay,
well,
okay.
basically, this anonymous source tells Raiden to call them Deep Throat, which is what Gray Fox did in the last game.
Got it.
Um, Raiden then says,
Interesting.
Deep Throat? You mean like from Shadow Moses? And the voice then says, "You know what? Actually, just call me Mr. X.
What?
Mr. MR period X.
Yeah,
Mr. X."
but, like, why did he randomly be like, "Call me Deep Throat"? Never mind. I guess we'll find out.
Okay. Yeah,
Just had
but
to he just had to throw that in there.
yeah, and then it's like while this point he like gives Raiden a hint about like one of the bombs or something. I don't remember.
Okay.
But he's doing the same thing Deep Throat did in the last game.
And it's just a random voice in the codec.
Yes, it's
Okay.
the same thing where it's like a static image because usually you see both their faces on the codec,
Yeah.
but this one it's like Raiden's face and then a static image.
Okay.
Okay. Raiden keeps moving along, diffusing more bombs, and you can probably tell right now why I hate this bomb diffusal section because it's so fucking long.
Yeah, it just
It's
goes
like
on.
I literally have been talking about him diffusing bombs for like the last like 10 minutes,
Yeah,
and that's
okay.
it. Like he's diffusing more bombs. And then he spots Olga Gerlukovich.
Pregnant woman.
Yeah, she didn't die on the tanker.
I figured.
Um, but she's talking on the radio, and that would explain why some of the Russian soldiers are here,
So
right?
he finds her?
Yeah, she's like
Like, she's
standing.
just actually there.
She's like standing there,
Okay.
and she's like talking on her radio to someone else.
And this has been 2 years later, so
Yes.
she's already had the child.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay. But we don't hear the
Maybe.
entire conversation, but Raiden, all he hears her say is, "I saw a man hiding under a cardboard box."
Fucking Snake.
What? Snake's dead,
I've played
dude.
Smash.
Snake is dead, dude.
I've seen the box.
Anyways, Raiden confronts her, and then she's like, "I don't even want to fight you. You're not worth my time." And then she dips the fuck out. You've
Okay.
noticed that most of the bosses, like, they're like not even viewing Raiden as a threat. Like they're just
Yes, I
leaving.
have noticed that.
And like how much validation and reassurance that Raiden needs from everyone.
Yeah.
Um Also, like this game came out in 2001, okay?
Mhm.
It was a different time, but they portray Raiden as very girly man.
I
You know,
see.
like in your traditional masculine sense, Raiden is very like girly dude. So
Yeah,
everyone's like they view him like, "Oh, you're not you think you're Snake, you're not Snake.
I
Like
see.
you're a little bitch."
I see. And then his character kind of portrays that
Yeah.
through different
Like
aspects.
he looks very effeminate. He is very I need all the reassurance I can get. None of the bosses even respect him. Colonel Campbell's basically so in the last game, Colonel Campbell and Snake talked basically on the same terms.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Campbell held a bunch of stuff from Snake and didn't tell him everything, but he always like talked to him with the sense of like camaraderie
Yeah,
or like
respect.
yeah, respect.
Okay.
He does not show Raiden the same respect.
Right.
He is like, I'm your commander, listen to what I say. Like
Okay.
Raiden just gets shit on by everyone.
Damn.
Okay, so Olga leaves. More bomb defusing.
Oh.
After the last bomb is defused, Raiden, he's like, okay, I defused the last bomb. Time to go back to the regular mission. Time to go save the president again. So he calls Campbell. Campbell tells Raiden that the terrorists are now executing one hostage every hour on the hour.
What are the terrorists want again?
$30 billion.
Oh, right. Okay. I was like, I forgot why they were doing this.
Um,
They just
he
want money?
Campbell also gets pissed off at Raiden. He's like, you need to stop talking to Pliskin. He's not a part of your mission. He like
Oh.
Raiden is like trying to defend it and is like, no, he's helping us out. And Campbell says that man was not included in the simulation, and then cuts it off.
Mm-hmm.
Campbell is kind of being a prick this game.
Yeah.
Like I cannot stress it enough how much disrespect Campbell shows Raiden.
Okay.
Like he is like pretty much an asshole to Raiden.
So he mentioned the simulation. I imagine all those VR missions he did were probably simulations of this mission.
Yeah, that's what is assumed.
Yeah. Okay. Which
Raiden
is
then
also
continues on and he stumbles across Fortune. Boss battle ensues. If you could call it a boss battle. It's
because
not really.
Fortune can't get hit.
Yeah, you can't hit her. So it's pretty much like survive until there's no timer, but it's like an invisible timer. It's like just survive long enough until the next cutscene.
Okay.
So it's not really like a boss fight, but
Just
it's
don't
like
die.
yeah, just don't die. Um and then Fortune, she's like still firing her railgun at Raiden, and then Raiden like shoots up from behind a thing and he shoots. And right then, Vamp walks out from behind Fortune, but the bullet, since it deflects away from Fortune, it hits Vamp in the head and
Oh.
goes right through his head. Literally
Ooh.
headshot.
That's actually that's a cool way to.
And he falls over dead.
Yeah. Okay.
He falls over dead. And then Fortune, she like forgets Raiden even exists. She like starts breaking down.
Damn. Okay.
And she like falls to her knees and she's holding Vamp's body and
Dude, her
she's
story
like
is
crying.
she wants to die, and then the whole
You
reason
haven't even heard her full story yet.
I know, but like so far, it's like the whole reason she can't die kills the person she loves because it deflects.
Her name is Fortune, by the way.
Yeah.
It's
Damn.
like, oh, Lady Luck looks upon you. That's why you can't die. It's like what they say in the game.
Dude. Okay. Okay. What's the story?
Oh, we don't get it yet.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
They
But
hold us.
then basically Raiden, as Fortune's on the ground, like crying over Vamp's dead body, Raiden's like, I should probably just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So Raiden, he heads out, and then Campbell calls you, and he's like, hey, Fat Man is after you. He's like contacted us, and he wants you specifically. You got to go fight Fat Man. And
Batman wants to fight you. Go.
Raiden's like, what? And then Campbell's like, yeah, he also killed Stillman.
The
Like, yeah, Fat Man, he blew Stillman up.
the
So,
president?
no, Stillman, the bomb
Oh,
disposal
right, right, right,
expert.
right, right, right.
So that's over. Fat Man, he killed Stillman. Stillman's gone.
Okay.
He wants to fight Raiden. He contacted Campbell and was like, yo, I want Raiden. So,
Or else type thing. Like if you don't send me Raiden, I'll kill blah
yeah,
blah blah.
yeah, or
Basically.
I'll detonate a bomb big enough to like explode everything
Okay.
or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. But it seems like Fat Man has gone rogue because he's no longer like working with Fortune
I mean,
and
dude
Vamp
wears
and Dead Cell.
rollerblades. We should have seen this coming.
So it's like he's gone rogue. Like he's doing some weird shit.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. But then Raiden heads on, and after Raiden leaves, surprise, surprise, Vamp opens his eyes and sits up because he's a fucking vampire.
Oh.
I told you he can't die.
Well, I know, but yeah, you're right.
I told you
See,
he can't
in my
die.
head, I was like, he can't die. Oh, because he's really fast, so nothing can ever hit him. I was like, oh, he finally got hit, but yeah, duh, he can't die.
Yeah, no, he literally can't die.
Ah, he needs a silver bullet. Uh-huh.
All right, okay. So Raiden, he goes and finds Fat Man. All right.
Okay.
Boss battle ensues.
Yep.
Fight Fat Man.
And
It's so weird too, because like Fat Man, he rollerblades out and he's drinking a daiquiri.
okay.
this ginormous man on rollerblades drinking a daiquiri, and I don't want to be offensive, but he talks with like a hard lisp.
Uh,
Like I don't want to sound like an asshole, so I don't think I'm gonna do it. But it's like it's so exaggerative.
okay, okay.
It's like I'm not gonna do it. 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 Okay.
Look, man, I'll continue to trust your judgment.
Yeah. Okay. I just you know you know yeah Raiden wins. Fat Man's dead.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
So Fat Man's like, yo, pull up or this'll happen. Then he just dies.
Yeah, he gets killed.
So dude really thought he was all that.
Yeah, he really did.
How do you
And
kill Fat Man? Because I mean, he's a bomb on rollerblades.
so like he has bombs planted around the arena, and like you have to disarm them while fighting him.
Oh,
And like he'll try to like attack you while you're disarming the bombs, but also you have to attack him at the same time. It's not super hard, but at the same time, it's definitely an intuitive boss fight. Like you gotta figure it out.
okay.
Okay. It's actually cool though, because like at the very end, as he's dying, he's like, "There's one more bomb," right before he dies, and this bomb you have no way of finding it. So like you have to like figure it out on your own. Because like there's like a little radar where all the bombs are, and you can see where they're at, like what area they're in. You don't know exactly the exact placement, but you know what area they're in.
And
So you
this
know what.
one's not on the
Yeah,
radar.
no. So you gotta figure it out. If you walk through his body ragdolls. The bomb is underneath him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
just cool little gameplay mechanic.
Yeah.
As Fat Man dies, do you know who shows up all of a sudden?
Who?
A cyborg ninja.
Yep.
A cyborg ninja shows up.
Fucking
And it
deep
turns
throat.
out this cyborg ninja, he was the Mr. X that was on the codec with Raiden.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mr. X, he says that they're a messenger of the Lalilulelo,
Okay.
and then they tell Raiden that they have been sent to give him necessary backup.
They? You said they tell Raiden?
Yeah.
Is it more people
Well,
there?
respectfully, we don't know what the gender of Mr. X is
I
yet.
see. Because it is a distorted
Because
voice.
it's a really distorted voice, but it kind of sounds like there's a girl's voice in there, but
Mm-hmm.
also it's like so distorted you can't tell. So
So
to
it's a
keep
mystery.
to keep up the mystery for you, like if you played the game, you could probably tell, but to keep up the mystery for you, since you're not playing the game, I'm gonna refer to Mr. X as them until
Mm-hmm.
we know.
Okay.
Okay. Um, basically, they tell Raiden that they're from the Lalilulelo and they're sent as backup for Raiden. So the Lalilulelo are backing up Raiden.
And who said Lolly Lulelo? Was it the
Scott Dolph, the
on the
commander of
tanker?
the
Yeah.
yeah of the U.S. Marines.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Okay, well then, Mr. X then tells Raiden that where the location of the president is. Not the president. The president's like security, like the head of security for the president, and his name is Richard Ames.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
I don't know if he's real. He might be real. He might be a real person.
Maybe it's just the last name that sounds familiar. Just Richard Ames just sounds
Because some of the Metal Gear games use
so
actual
fluid.
political figures.
I see. Okay.
But I don't know if Richard Ames actually is real.
Yeah.
Um,
I would assume not because this game came out in 2001, right? And
yep.
it takes place like 8 years later, so it's probably
Yeah.
not a real person. Well, I don't know. Anyways, back to it.
Anyways, Mr. X tells us where Richard Ames is and that Richard Ames knows where the president is being held. So we need to get to Richard Ames.
Yes. These games like to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Go to this person, they'll tell you where to get this person, and then go to this person, and then defuse 10 bombs, and then go untie this person but leave them there, and then sneak.
Do some more sneaking.
Do some more sneaking. Okay, so
Mr. X has one more thing to tell Raiden before they head out.
got it.
The terrorists have the ability to launch a nuke. And Raiden goes, "What? How is that possible?" And Mr. X says, "It's a Metal Gear.
Okay.
It's Metal Gear."
I feel like this knowledge, if I was playing the game, I'd be like, yeah.
Yep, it's Metal Gear. They got a Metal Gear.
Be like, okay.
Okay. And then Mr. X says that the big shell is a cover up and it is actually just being used to house this newest Metal Gear.
So there's no oil.
That's what Mr. X just told us.
Or there is, but it doesn't matter. Wait, so all those
Mr.
bombs?
X just said that the Big Shell is just a cover-up facility being
Yeah.
used to house Metal Gear.
Okay.
That's what Mr.
Okay.
X has told us at this point.
Okay. Okay. And we haven't seen Amphibio since the tanker incident.
Ray.
Right.
No, we haven't seen Ray since the tanker incident.
Got it. All right. Continue. Continue.
Okay. Mr. X then leaves, and Raiden heads off to go find Ames. While he is on the way to go find Ames, he gets a call from Rose, who looked into Solid Snake's death to, like, since there's so much confusion about whether Solid Snake is leading the new terrorists or if he actually died,
Yep.
he or she looked into his death, and yes, through a DNA test, the body recovered from the tanker incident was in fact him. It's weird though because it was missing an arm.
No fucking way. Was missing an arm.
It was missing an arm.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that's it. And then Raiden continues on. He makes contact with Ames, and when he does, um, Ames says, "I was sent in by the Lalulelo, just like you." And Raiden is like, "What? I wasn't sent in. What are you talking about?" But then Raiden overhears that Ocelot is talking to an unknown voice. Ocelot then, like, this is like they're in a room full of hostages,
So he found
and
Ocelot there too?
Ocelot is like in a there's like a wall. There's like a wall right here.
It's like a viewing compartment kind of?
Yeah, kind of like you can kind of see through it, but you can't. It's like you can see their shadows.
Okay.
Okay, so they're in this room. Ocelot doesn't know that Raiden's in here, but he hears Ocelot talking from this room.
Yeah.
It's like right next to them.
Okay.
Ocelot is talking to a voice that we've never heard before, and we don't know who it belongs to.
Right.
Basically, Ocelot is talking about that there is an intruder in a sneaking suit and he's being a pain in the ass. And Ocelot's also confused. He's like, I don't even know why he's here because Foxhound was disbanded 4 years ago.
Yeah.
That doesn't hit anywhere for you? You're just cool with that knowledge?
Okay, so this is 2009. So that would mean it was disbanded before Snake's last mission in the last game.
No. Snake's mission in the last game was in 2005.
Oh, right. So it was disbanded. Yeah, that's when it was disbanded.
It would have been disbanded after.
Wasn't that?
Foxhound would have been disbanded after Shadow Moses.
But that was still 2005, right?
Yeah, but okay. Snake was actually working for Foxhound at Shadow Moses.
Yeah, and then it was disbanded afterwards, which was
Yes.
still 4 years ago.
Yes. You were
Yeah.
saying it was disbanded before Snake's first mission.
Well, I was trying to say afterwards.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I meant.
It happened afterwards. Well, I'm
Okay.
just trying to make sure your timeline is right.
Yeah, but like that's not weird that he said that, is
Well,
it?
Raiden is working for Colonel Campbell under Foxhound.
Right. Because
How-
it was brought back allegedly.
I mean, no one has said that. This is the first time we're hearing that it was disbanded 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So this entire time, Raiden has been working for Colonel Campbell under Foxhound, and then we just hear Ocelot say it's weird because Foxhound was disbanded 4 years ago.
Oh, so you're saying because in my head I thought it was like, yeah, they were disbanded 4 years ago and then they were brought back for this mission.
I mean, that if that's what you want to think, that's what you want to think. But
I
that's
see.
not what was told to us.
I see. Okay. Okay.
Um, the other voice that Ocelot is talking to, he says, "I wonder if it's the Patriots." And then the other voice says, "You know what? It's fine. It doesn't matter. We only have a couple more steps until outer heaven." Right, and then overhears that Olga Gurlukovich has now walked into the room where those two were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
What's the other voice sound like? Give it to me.
um,
Is it a voice we've heard before?
only a few. Only a few more steps until outer heaven. There's some. It's like this deep masculine older voice.
So it's new.
It's new. It's brand new. We've never heard this voice before.
Got it.
But yeah, Olga walks in and she starts talking to Ocelot and this voice that we've never heard. She's asking about the cyborg ninja running around because she just saw that there was a cyborg ninja running around. She's like, "What the fuck are they doing here? Like, what is happening? There's so much shit going on."
Mm-hmm.
And she's also like, "You know what, Ocelot? I don't fucking trust you," because she thinks that Ocelot stood by and let Sergei die in the tanker incident. Remember Sergei's her dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, "You
I
let my
mean,
dad die. I know you did. Don't lie to me. I don't fucking trust you
he
because of it."
literally killed her dad.
Yeah, she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Um, Ocelot's arm then starts tweaking out
Oh,
again.
fuck off.
His arm starts tweaking out, and Ocelot says, "He may be near."
Oh, right, because it didn't start tweaking until Snake was there.
He's like, "Ah, he
Oh,
might be
you
here.
right, you right.
He might be here." Um, but yeah,
So they don't believe he's dead.
I mean, Ocelot doesn't.
Yeah.
Raiden then turns back to Ames, and Ames tells us that the terrorists are gonna detonate the nuke. And Raiden says, "But the ransom deadline hasn't happened yet. Like, we still have time before they're supposed to detonate the nuke, right?"
Wait, that was part of the if we don't get the money, this happens?
No, it wasn't. They just said they were gonna kill all the hostages.
But since they've learned that there's a Metal Gear there,
Yeah, they're
that's
assuming,
what's going on.
okay, well, they
Okay.
have a nuke, they're probably gonna use that as well.
Okay.
And Ames is like, "Yeah, they're gonna detonate that nuke." And Raiden's like, "But we haven't the ransom time, like the deadline that they gave us. It's not over yet. Like we still have time." And Ames then tells us that this was never about the ransom. The whole goal was to launch the nuke.
To be fair, like 20, 30 billion dollars, not that much money.
I mean, in 2009,
Yeah.
that would have been a lot of money
Yeah, but like
for 3 people.
I guess. But like just print money, you know?
I don't think that's how that works, Justin.
Well, that's how it would work. See, it's weird to think about that because like they want all this money. It's just honestly a headache, you know? Just all this politicking and like what's their even their goal? I mean,
Welcome to Metal Gear,
they're
buddy.
kidnapping the president. They have nukes. Just go take a nap. You know what I mean?
Go take a nap.
Go take a nap, dude. Like what's going on here?
Like Naomi did in the first game, and then you got mad at her for taking a nap.
Yeah, and now I realize I shouldn't have.
Yeah, because she was right.
She
Just
was
take a
right.
nap.
Just take a nap.
Well, Ames tells us that their whole plan is to detonate the nuke. It doesn't matter whether they get the ransom money or not. They're going to detonate the nuke.
Okay.
They want to detonate the nuke so high in the air that it'll disrupt all electronic equipment. And essentially, there's a lot of gibberish that this man tells you, but I'm just going to boil it down. They basically want to destroy the internet.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. But before Raiden can respond, Ocelot shows up. Like he walks out of that room and walks into there. And he's like walking around and looking, and he sees Raiden. And he threatens Ames when all of a sudden, or Ocelot, he like gets close, he sees Raiden and Ames. Raiden is in disguise, by the way. So Raiden, he doesn't necessarily look like Raiden right now. He's got like a soldier's uniform on.
Okay.
So Ocelot doesn't know it's Raiden immediately. I mean, it's not, it doesn't take him super long to figure out, but he doesn't know immediately. He then walks up and sees that Ames is talking to Raiden. And he's like, "Ames, you gonna keep your mouth shut or what? Like, what are you doing, man? Why you talking, bro? Like, what's going on?"
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, Ames dies of what looks like a heart attack.
Hmm. Fuck's eye.
Ames dies of what looks like a heart attack. But
After who came in?
Ocelot,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
yeah. Ocelot, he's like, "What the fuck just happened? Why did this man just die?" And he looks at Raiden. Raiden's still in disguise. And he's like mad sus. He's like, "Yeah, like, why are you here talking to Ames?" Um, and then he basically like Raiden doesn't say anything. He just looks at Ocelot because like if he talks, he's gonna know.
Mm-hmm.
So like Raiden's like probably sweating bullets right now, and Ocelot grabs his mask and pulls it off, and it's Raiden.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh ha ha! Look what we have here. It's Raiden." Ocelot is about to shoot Raiden, but then Mr. X shows up
Okay.
and almost slices off Ocelot's hand. He like comes close,
What
but
is it like
Ocelot,
a slight whiff?
yeah, it's like a slow-mo scene where like the blade comes down and
Yeah.
Ocelot moves it out of the way just in time.
Okay.
So this cyborg ninja almost cuts Ocelot's hand off again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Ocelot's like, "What the fuck is happening?" Because he's like, "Again? Really?" And then Mr. X starts like distracting Ocelot and Raiden is able to get away. Okay?
Yep.
Um, Raiden calls Campbell and he's like annoyed. He's like, "Campbell, what? There's so much shit going on right now. Like, you just got to be shit you're not telling me."
Mm-hmm.
And Campbell, he's like, I'm not going to tell you anything that you don't need to know. No, go get the president now. Like, he's not even hiding it from Raiden.
So
In the
does
last game, Campbell was hiding the fact that he wasn't telling Snake everything.
yeah.
This game, he's not even hiding it from Raiden. He's like, you know what you need to know. Go get the president, finish your mission.
And does Campbell at this point know about the Metal Gear?
I mean, we don't know because Campbell's not telling Raiden anything.
And Raiden's not telling Campbell about it either.
Well, Raiden, yeah, he was like, did you know about this? Like, why are you hiding this from me?
Oh, and he's just
And
being like,
Campbell's like, you know what you need to know. Finish your mission.
I see. Okay. So he's projecting that he doesn't care.
Yeah, pretty much.
Essentially.
Campbell is a prick in this game.
Got it.
Okay. Raiden continues on, and he gets a call from Pliskin. Remember Pliskin, our old pal Pliskin?
Oh yeah, I remember Snake.
It's Pliskin, dude. It's Iroquois Pliskin. It's not Snake.
Okay.
I promise you, dude.
If you say so.
I promise you, dude. Dude, I'm telling you.
If you say so.
Anyways, he tells Raiden that he found them a quote unquote ride, and then introduces us to his partner, Otacon.
The slim engineer dude?
The slim engineer dude.
That's right.
He's like, yeah, this is my partner, Otacon. But then we hear gunfire behind them, and then the codec call cuts off.
Okay.
Raiden continues on until he sees a man standing in the doorway. Like he's continuing on. He gets out of the building with like Ames and Ocelot and all that stuff. He gets back up to like the upper decks of the shell, and he's continuing on. He sees a man standing in the doorway. He's got like a big trench coat on.
Damn,
And
that's some Dr. Octopus right there.
yeah, and this man,
He's got an eye patch.
yeah, he's like leaning against the wall, like doing this cool guy pose.
Yeah.
And then he says, "A messenger for the Patriots." Where do I know him from? And then Raiden, he's like, "What do you mean? Where do you know me from?" And then the guy says, "Whatever, I don't care. Like, I'm the dude. I'm him. I'm the boss to surpass Big Boss."
He's the dude?
Yeah, he's like confident in himself. He's like, "Yeah, I'm the shit, dude." Like,
Wait, so he wants to surpass Big Boss?
that's what he says. He says, "I'm the boss to surpass Big Boss himself."
Okay.
Ellipsis. Dot dot dot.
Yeah.
Solid Snake. He calls himself Solid Snake.
What? Huh?
He's like, I'm the boss to surpass Big Boss himself, Solid Snake.
I mean, he's got blonde hair and an eye patch.
White hair. He has white hair.
Oh,
no
that's
eye
white?
patch. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, he looks
like Big Boss.
he does look exactly like Big Boss.
Yeah.
Like exactly like Big Boss.
Yeah. Okay.
But when he says that I'm Solid Snake, Pliskin yells from their quote unquote ride as the helicopter that they're in comes through. And Pliskin's in the helicopter and he yells down at Raiden and he goes, I'm gonna have to back up from the mic for this one. He goes, "No, that's not Solid Snake."
What is this, like a drive-by audio? Like, no, it's not Solid Snake. It just dips out.
"No, that's not Solid Snake."
I wonder who is.
But then the man, he like looks up and calls Pliskin. He goes, "Oh, it's nice to see you, brother."
Is this another one of those gene copies?
He then calls Pliskin Snake for some reason. For some reason. But then this guy goes like badass mode.
Hold on,
Like,
what's this dude's arm look like? Ooh, that's the real question.
that is a question. I mean, we don't. He's wearing like armor, so you can't see what his arm looks like.
Okay. So let me know if it starts wagging.
Okay, I will. But basically, okay. So the guy, he's like, "I'm Solid Snake," and then Snake's like, "No, that's not Solid Snake."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "All right, what's up, Snake? Yeah, what's up, brother? Like, how you doing?" And Snake is like, "Oh," and then he just starts firing bullets out of the helicopter. He just starts firing this Gatling gun at him.
Okay.
This guy who we don't know his name yet, he like whips off his trench coat, and he's literally like running through the bullets, like he's dodging back and forth.
Yeah.
Like this man's a goat. Like he goes full badass mode.
Yeah. Running past bullets. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he basically reveals himself, and his name is actually not Solid Snake.
Okay.
It's Solid Dust Snake.
Okay, because I remember that. That's the
Solid Dust.
That's what they said at the end of the last
Yeah,
game.
because Ocelot was like, "Yes, Solidus. Yes, Mr. President."
Yes.
Remember? So that is ex-president George Sears' Solid Dust Snake.
And his genes probably have been altered. That's what I'm guessing.
But yeah, so Solidus then jumps off of the bridge that they're on and jumps like into a Harrier jet that is
Mhm.
being piloted by Vamp that was like sitting underneath. So
Okay.
like they're like on the strut, and then like underneath the strut there was a Harrier jet that Vamp was piloting, and it like comes out. Solidus jumps off into the jet. Boss battle ensues. Fight the Harrier jet with Solidus in it.
And Raiden and Pliskin are you doing the same thing as Pliskin? Like what's going on here?
Pliskin's like giving you cover fire and stuff, and
And
Raiden's like shooting from the ground.
got it. Okay. What's this game like to not since you're not playing as Snake anymore? Like how did that feel the first time you played it? Were you like what's
Dude, I'm actually glad you said that because I completely forgot to bring that up. That's like one of the biggest things about this game.
Yeah, cuz I
Is
imagine it would be a big change.
yeah, this game it that's partially the reason this game didn't do so well
Mm,
is because this is regarded as one of the biggest bait and switches in all of gaming history. Because Metal Gear Solid came out in 1998, right?
yeah.
It was extremely hyped. Everyone loved it. Everyone was hyped for Metal Gear Solid 2. And then they were seeing the trailers, and like obviously the graphics are super updated. It looks cool. Voice acting's still great. Everyone is fucking hyped for this game. All of the trailers and like all of the promotion they did only had Solid Snake in it. Raiden was
Ooh.
not included in anything before the game's release.
Wow.
No one even knew Raiden existed. So like all of the footage that they showed you was just the tanker incident when you play as Snake.
Damn, dude. So they really threw people.
And that tanker incident is probably about 30 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah.
So when Snake quote unquote dies at the end of the tanker incident and it goes to Raiden, and people are like, oh, okay, well, that's fucking weird. Why am I not playing as Snake? Anyways, fine. I'll probably get to play as him once we see him again or whatever, you know? We don't. You're Raiden for the rest of the game.
Dude.
You don't play a Snake in this game after the tanker incident.
Did it make people not like this game?
Yeah,
Like
a lot of people hated it. A
okay.
lot of people hated it. So much, in fact, that there's a part of MGS3 that was included as a joke to shit on Raiden because so many people hated Raiden. Because, like
Damn.
I said, he's like super not masculine like Snake.
He's like anti-Snake a little bit.
He's pretty much anti-Snake. He's never
Yeah.
had real world experience. He's a VR boy.
Mhm.
He is calling Colonel about every 10 minutes to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Like not in the same way Snake does. Is like everyone thinks he's a little bitch.
Mhm.
So like everyone hated Raiden, and this is your main character. This is who you're playing as.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot to bring that up.
Well, no,
That's like one of the biggest things about this game is the bait and
I
switch.
imagine so because I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a huge gamble for Kojima to do.
Yeah.
I think it's good, and when we get to the end of the game, you'll see why it would not have made sense if you played a Snake.
It's probably a better game in hindsight, honestly.
It is. This game has gotten a lot more love in the past years. Like
Yeah,
it
I
has
imagine
grown
so.
much more of a cult following in the years after its release than
Because
it
it,
was when it released.
yeah, because Kojima was thinking about the greater vision.
Kojima always thinks about the greater
That's
vision,
right.
except
Okay.
when he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
I got shit to say, but we'll wait till we get to those games.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but yeah, this this where was I at?
You were talking about the boss fight with Solidus.
Yeah, in the Harrier jet. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, Raiden shoots down this Harrier jet, and I just got to mention that before this, Solidus doesn't have an eye patch, and one of the shards of glass from the Harrier jet goes into his eye.
Nice.
Now he has his eye patch.
Okay.
There we go. Look at that. Solid Snake
Does he
or
like
Solidus
did he
has
like
an eye
keep an
patch
eye
now.
patch in his pocket just in case the day came?
I think so.
Yeah. So he's
Dude,
like, I'll always be prepared.
I mean, he looks exactly like Big Boss. He probably wanted to be Big Boss.
Honestly, yeah. He probably perfectly moved his face so that the shard of glass would hit him in his eye.
He probably did.
Yeah.
But remember how I said Vamp was piloting this jet?
I remember now.
Yeah. Well, Vamp jumps out and then runs on water because, of course, he's a vampire.
Of course.
And then he runs away.
Is it moving water though?
I mean, it's ocean water.
Oh wait, how does that work? Not moving water. Oh, it's ocean water?
Yeah, it's ocean water.
Yeah, he's
They're in
good.
the ocean.
He's good. He's safe.
Yeah, no, he runs on water
Yeah, yeah.
because he's a fucking vampire. Um, and the reason I keep iterating the fact that he's a fucking vampire will make more sense when we get to MGS4 because I fucking hate what they did.
Okay.
But it's fine. He is a vampire. It is my canon. Um, Raiden then talks to like Solidus runs away, Vamp runs away. You know, they get away after you finish the boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then Raiden talks to Pliskin, and Pliskin reveals the biggest mystery of the entire game. Pliskin is in fact the Solid Snake.
No way.
Yeah, it's him. It's Solid Snake. It's the Solid Snake is Mr. Pliskin.
Okay, tell me this: is Pliskin the last name of the dude from Escape from New York?
In Escape from New York, the man's name is Snake Plissken.
I knew it, dude.
Yeah, it is. Remember in the first game when I said, "Do you remember what the main character from Escape from New York's name is?"
See,
And you said, "I don't," and I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. We'll wait till next game."
yeah, but like I remembered he was like named after that character. But then
Yes.
right when you said Pliskin, I was like, oh yeah, his name was Pliskin.
Yeah, his full name is Snake
But
Plissken.
I forgot his first
So
name was Snake.
the fact that they fucking made Snake his alternate identity is Iroquois Pliskin.
Yeah.
Also, he's voiced by David Hayter. And when you said, "Oh, like when I showed you the picture of Pliskin,"
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, "What am I supposed to get from this?" They use the same model. That is Snake's model.
Oh, okay.
Like you said, it's just a little bit more shaven.
Yeah.
They
That
use the
makes
same
sense.
fucking model.
Yeah.
He's voiced by the same actor. He's fucking his name is Iroquois Pliskin, Snake Plissken.
Yeah.
Like it's literally it's so
His
obvious.
partner is Otacon.
Yeah,
It's
it's not even a. I mean, there's literally so many. Okay, remember earlier when I said we see a man go up the elevator?
right. I figured that was him.
You see, it's like from the back, it's Snake sneaking suit.
Okay.
It's like it's Snake. You know it's
Yeah.
Snake.
Yeah.
Um, it wasn't actually a mystery. I know it's not an actual mystery, but it's just so obvious that it's fucking hilarious to be like it's the best disguise in the world.
Yeah.
It's like no one knew.
He's like, by the way, if you didn't know,
I
I'm
am
Snake.
I'm Snake.
I'm
Um,
Snake.
but then Raiden, soon as Raiden hears that he's Snake, he's like going goo goo for him. He's like, "You're the legendary Solid Snake." Like
Oh, because it's like probably his mentor.
it's not his mentor, but it's like his idol. Like he
Yeah,
idolizes
that's what I meant to
Snake.
say. Idol.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And Snake responds with such Snake has just the best lines in gaming, dude. He's just such a hard badass. He goes, Snake Raiden's like, "You're a legend." And Snake goes, "Legend. A legend is nothing but fiction.
Fiction.
A legend is nothing but fiction."
Dude, he what a man.
Yeah. Snake is just I love Snake, dude. He's the best.
Yeah.
Um but then Otacon chimes in and he's like, "Yeah, remember how Snake's body got ID'd at that site? Well, guess why? It's because we got into contact with someone. We got Liquid's body.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they used Liquid's body, which is why it
Oh,
was a
that's why the arm
perfect
was missing.
yeah, it was a perfect DNA match.
Okay, so they didn't do a double. They didn't graft Snake's arm. It was just Liquid's body.
No, no, no.
Okay.
It was just Liquid's body they used to cover it up.
Okay.
So they basically faked Snake's death, and I mean it worked because no one knew that it was Snake.
Yeah.
It was the best disguise in all of
See,
human
I
history.
know. They got me.
I know,
They got
dude.
me good.
They
I
got
didn't
me
know that
too.
at all till just now.
But basically, Otacon also mentions that the terrorists have his sister, his stepsister, EE, Emma Emmerich.
Oh, oh, they
Remember?
actually do?
Yeah, they have her.
Okay.
So
How do they
how do they what? How do they what?
just nobody's safe.
Nobody's
In this
dude.
world, you could be taken
They're
hostage at any
terrorists.
moment.
They're terrorists, dude.
Just the fact that they knew about his stepsister from 10 years ago, they have some deep connections.
I mean, do they? Or maybe she's important.
Ooh, you're right.
Maybe she's important.
Maybe she
I
is.
mean, you remember what Otacon said about his family in the last game?
They disowned him?
His father was born on the day of the atomic bombings and was also a nuclear scientist. And his grandfather was the worked on the Manhattan Project. And then Otacon also worked on Metal Gear Rex. So it's like their
Mm,
entire lineage has been tied to like
mm-hmm. I did
nuclear
forget about
history.
that.
So maybe Emma Emmerich has something to do with that too.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
her
she
name's
is
Emma
important.
Emmerich, so probably.
Maybe she does have some importance.
Yeah,
Or maybe she doesn't at all, and I'm just gaslighting you.
we'll see.
Anyways, they leave. Raiden, sweet little baby boy Raiden, then calls Campbell, and he's like, "Yeah, Campbell, I was right. The leader of the terrorists isn't Solid Snake because Iroquois Pliskin is Solid Snake." And Campbell doesn't believe him.
Really?
Yeah, Campbell's like, "No, it's not. You're wrong. You're straight up wrong."
So he's gaslighting.
Yeah, he is.
Or he actually doesn't believe him. But see, the thing with Campbell, I'm starting to think this isn't even Campbell.
You don't think it's Campbell?
I don't think it's Campbell.
Well, Raiden is dumbfounded by the fact that Campbell doesn't know who Snake. Like he's like, dude, you know who Snake. Like you guys were friends. Like I've read about the Shadow Moses. I've played the VR missions. I know you guys. Like how do you not know that Snake? Like he literally said he was Snake. And Campbell goes, because they were never part of the simulation. They are an unknown factor. You need to forget about them and continue your mission. And then he cuts it off.
What is his deal? That's interesting. So
Campbell's a bitch in
he's
this
like,
game.
don't give a shit. Go get the president.
Yeah. He's
Hmm.
like, fucking
Hmm.
forget that dude.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's not gonna work because dude is there.
Yeah. I mean,
Unless what does he just run away from Snake?
no, because the Snake and Otacon left
Oh, they just went to do their own
after
thing.
their conversation. And that's when Raiden
Okay.
called Campbell.
Did they say what they're doing there?
I can't remember. I think they're just like going to find like the room that controls, or like they're trying to go to like a control room or something to figure out more data or something like that.
They're all about the Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They're trying to figure out more about the Metal Gear
Got it.
and also find Otacon's sister.
Right.
That's their
Oh
two
yeah,
mission
yeah, yeah.
objectives.
Yep. Okay.
Um, Raiden does finally get to the president though. Like he's able to get there to the president and he talks to them. And oh my god, Justin, I need you to like sit up and I need you to like open your ears
Okay. They're open.
because we're about to learn a lot, okay?
The exposition is about to be dumped.
The exposition is strong with this one. All right, so the president, he basically once Raiden comes in there, he's like, "I know why you're here." And Raiden's like, "What are you talking about?" And then the president's confused. He's like, "You were sent here to kill me because I betrayed them, right?" And Raiden's like, "What? No. What are you talking about? I'm here to save you." Then the president grabs Raiden by the dick.
Actually,
Yeah, he grabs him straight up by the cock.
hoists him.
Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, you're a man?"
Oh, so he actually just grabbed that boy's balls.
Yeah. No, like he straight up grabs his dick and he's like, "Oh, you're a man."
Oh damn.
Like again, this game
That's
came out in 2001. It was a different time, all right?
that's a wild thought because he thought it was a woman.
Yeah.
So he just straight up was going to grab that
President's
thing.
not a good dude. We
Yeah, holy shit.
I think he's a bad dude. But anyways, yeah, he
Damn.
grabs Raiden right by the
Finds
penis.
some balls and goes, "Yo."
You're a dude? Like, come on, president. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, why would you do that?
Say, "Come on, president. Come on.
Anyways,
Come on, man."
Raiden's
Yeah,
like,
that's bad.
yeah, I'm a fucking dude. What the fuck? I'm here to save you, not kill you, okay? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then the president tells Raiden that the president helped the terrorists.
Okay.
He helped the terrorists because he wanted power and he is just a figurehead. So his actual position as presidency doesn't really mean anything. He's just a figurehead and he wanted some real power. So he was helping the terrorists.
Okay.
Helping the terrorists do what, you say? You
Right.
don't know yet.
And if he admits he's a figurehead, then the fact that he was hostage wouldn't have mattered to America.
Um, kind of. Anyways, he continues on. He says, I'm just a figurehead. I don't actually have any power that you think I have. The Patriots are the real ones who are in control.
Mm-hmm.
What you call government is actually just a well staged production aimed at satisfying the public.
Damn.
The Patriots are completely unknown as to who they are. The only thing that I even know about them is there's a group of 12 men called the Wise Men's Committee.
The Illuminati.
Apparently, Solidus, the leader of the quote unquote terrorists, wants to take down the Patriots.
The real gears in the American government,
The,
basically.
the real government.
Yeah.
Like the Patriots literally run America. There is
Yeah.
no actual government.
So the terrorists want to take out the Patriots.
Yes, Solidus wants to take out the Patriots, and the president thought that if he could help Solidus, he could use Metal Gear as like a bargaining chip to get good standing with the Patriots because he wants to become one of them.
Oh, so he was gonna double cross.
Yeah.
Okay.
He then says that like I wanted to do that, but I realized that it was a bad idea after I already started doing it because yes, the country is a sham and the Patriots do run everything. But Can you imagine if just in an instant our government vanished?
That's what he says?
Yeah. If just because the Patriots essentially are the government.
Yeah.
Not don't think about it as like all of the members of our actual government are the Patriots. The Patriots are like a separate group that run the government.
Yep.
If they just vanished, the country would be delved into chaos. It would just be utter chaos.
Okay.
Could like think about our real world. Imagine if all of the politicians in our entire US just vanished in an instant.
Yeah.
Like it would just be chaos.
Yeah,
There
honestly.
would be no law, there'd be no form, there'd be nothing. Like it doesn't matter if you agree with them or not. Like there has to be something there.
Yeah,
Is
because
what
it
the
would
president tells
yeah,
Ryden.
it would create a void would uh that would need filled, which
But
is like it's like because when you really think about it, if that happened, like technically everything could continue on, but it couldn't
well, it
because
depends because like the government has ties to the banks,
right,
which is
that's what
like
I
all of
mean
our money and like
is like
electricity and like all of like the power is stuff is run by like
well, I'm saying like technically if everybody I guess I'm more saying like literally best case scenario if everybody decided to be on their shit and be a good person,
yeah, but that's
but
not
that's
gonna
not gonna
happen.
happen.
No, that's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Anyways, the president then tells Ryden exactly what you just said. He says that Solidus wants to take them out and then seize the power vacuum
Mm-hmm.
and gain control.
Exactly. Okay.
He then tells us that Solidus was ex-president George Sears. This is when you learn it. No, this is when Ryden learns it. We as the player learn it earlier,
Mm-hmm.
but this is when Ryden learns it. So it's not news to us, but it's news to Ryden.
Yeah. So he's the one who started Project Moses.
Yeah, he's the one that was like running Shadow
Shadow
Moses.
Moses. Yeah.
The president also tells us that George Sears, ex-president, aka Solidus, was the third clone of the L'Enfant Terrible project,
Mm-hmm.
and the Patriots saw him fit to be president. But when Shadow Moses happened, it turns out that Solidus sent in Ocelot to provoke Liquid. Like he was the reason that Ocelot was there because Ocelot was working for Solidus the whole time.
Okay.
So the whole reason Liquid went as far extremely as he did is because Ocelot was prodding him and like telling him to keep going further. And it
Instigating.
was all under Solidus's command.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then when Solid Snake went in, all of that shit came out to the public. So
Okay.
everyone knew about it. The Patriots were pissed. They did not want any of that public knowledge.
Damn.
They did not want any of it to be out, but since it was all out, they were like, we're removing him. So that's why Solidus is no longer the president. That's why he's the ex-president.
And he's trying to get back at them.
Um, we'll see what his motivation is later.
Okay.
But basically, the Patriots removed Solidus from office and put James Johnson in his place. James Johnson, the president, also tells them that they were going to kill Solidus, but he disappeared. He just completely vanished with Ocelot's help.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time he's reappeared since then. So that's why he didn't get killed like they wanted to. He also then tells Raiden that Metal Gear Ray is in fact not the new Metal Gear. You're giving
Ayo.
you're giving me a look.
Ayo.
What are you thinking?
Well, it's been 2 years.
It's not the new Metal Gear they're talking about.
There's a
So Big Shell's hiding a different Metal Gear.
no. Big Shell is a Metal Gear. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh. Yeah, you're
Mm.
right. You're right.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Look at that.
Arsenal Gear.
Damn.
It's using the Big Shell as just like camouflage on the top.
Okay.
It is literally bigger than like New York.
So the Big Shell was never even an environmental thing.
No, it was completely a cover up the entire time. It
Oh
was
my
used.
god, my brain.
It was used to basically they were using it as a front to create Arsenal Gear.
So what? Okay. So Big Shell's made to get all the oil. Did they at least do that? I mean, I guess probably not. 'Cause why would they? There'd be no point.
I don't remember if they reveal this now or later, but there was no oil.
Oh, there was no oil.
The tanker incident was faked.
I guess I guess we could have pieced that together with everybody who's still alive. So That's interesting. Okay, that makes more sense. So they create this, and then they pretend like they have it under hostage, or they pretend like they've taken it over, but it's been theirs the whole time.
Yeah, but right now it seems like Dead Cell and the Patriots are on opposite sides
Yeah,
because Dead Cell is actively fighting against the Patriots,
and Dead Cell is the one
is
who has taken this.
taking Arsenal gear. I need to.
Oh, so because it was the
The
Patriots,
Patriots staged the tanker incident.
and this is owned by the Patriots. So Dead Cell is actually infiltrating it.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
What I need you to understand is how big Arsenal gear is.
Well, yeah, that's what I was just thinking about because
It's
if
it's like as it's like as big as like the city of New York.
damn.
It is fucking huge.
Okay.
The entire big shell is like the top of it. It's resting on the ocean floor.
Damn. It's a Titan.
It is it's essentially a fucking Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Holy shit. Okay.
Okay. But he tells you that Arsenal Gear is the real new Metal Gear. And the facility, it looks like Big Shell because it's being camouflaged to look like Big Shell. There is also a fleet of mass produced Metal Gear Rays designed to protect Arsenal Gear within it.
God, dude. So they got what, a bunch of like mini Metal Gears?
No, Metal Gear Ray. Remember the one I showed you
Oh,
earlier?
it's just a bunch of those?
They have like 30 of them.
Oh my.
And
Okay.
Arsenal Gear.
Okay.
Arsenal Gear is also equipped with what is called the GW system.
Okay. Wait, who's telling all
The
this?
president is telling all this to Raiden.
Okay. Okay.
I told you it's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, the GW system is a system designed to control the flow of digital information. That way, the Patriots can control what knowledge exists and can dictate history, therefore keeping themselves as supreme rulers.
Yeah. Okay, so it's probably adding to the whole thing of wanting to shut down the internet, but they're trying to control
I
it.
mean, you're starting to piece things together.
Yeah, yes. Okay, I get it.
Okay. Um, Once the GW system is fully integrated into Arsenal, it will be fully operational, and that is why Solidus wants to take out the internet to destroy GW, therefore the Patriots rule. Because if he can take away their flow of like if he can take away Arsenal gear and their GW system, which is it basically controls like
It
history.
is actively doing that?
It's about to.
Okay.
Like it is being implemented into Arsenal gear. But
Okay.
GW basically controls history.
Yeah. So he takes out the internet. He takes out the power. Essentially, the chaos is like there's a massive power void. Nobody has access to anything relating to the internet.
Yeah.
And so that just creates the ultimate chaos for Solidus to basically swoop in.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well then the president
So wait, so technically Solidus has Solidus wants to do something like the first few steps are kind of what Snake wants to be done as well. It's just see, this is interesting because would Snake want to also do like the whole
yes.
taking out the Patriots, get rid
Here,
of the GW thing?
let's ask this question. From what we know, is Solidus even a bad guy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he sounds like he wants to take out the corrupt government. I mean that part, but then and he also wants to take out this insane Metal Gear, right?
Yeah.
So this, yeah, like that sounds like the
He
start of
is
a
a
Snake mission,
terrorist. He is a terrorist,
right?
but is he a bad guy
That's what I'm
or
saying. He's
is he a good guy doing bad things to get his point across?
exactly. He's a
Because
terrorist who
the
from his
Patriots
point of view is
the Patriots are essentially just the Illuminati.
yeah,
If you're gonna fucking single-handedly go up against the Illuminati, you got to go to some drastic measures, my man.
that's true. That's true.
So is Solidus really that crazy?
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like Solidus. Is he going to become like? Are you going to work with him for a little bit on this?
We don't know.
Okay.
But the president then tells Raiden that he needs to find Emma Emmerich, and it's the only way to fulfill his role.
Hmm. Wait, she's that important?
Emma Emmerich is important.
Damn.
She is the main programmer for Arsenal Gear, and she's still alive.
Okay.
Um,
This fucking family, dude.
yeah, I know the Emmerichs are crazy. Well, then he then gives Raiden a virus that was made as a failsafe by the Patriots. And he tells Ryden's like, "How do you still have this?" And the president says, "Ocelot forgot to search me when he took me hostage."
Damn.
Um,
That's a big oops.
big oops, I guess, right?
Okay.
The virus should be able to destroy GW.
Okay. So it's like a computer virus,
Yeah,
but more intense.
yeah.
Got it.
Basically, it can't get into the hands of the dead cell because it's going to destroy GW. Because like what Raiden knows right now, Raiden barely knows what side he's on at this point.
So he doesn't want to destroy GW. He just wants to shut down
Because
the Metal Gear.
to Raiden, his mission objectives is save the president and deal with the terrorists.
Yeah.
And now the president is saying, "Yeah, you're working for the Patriots, and so am I."
Yeah, and he's
Because like this virus will destroy GW, so don't Dead Cell can't have this. You need to
okay.
find Emmerich so she like save her, like rescue her so she can finish working on Arsenal.
Okay.
So like, what side is Raiden even working for at this point? Are you confused yet?
Dude, I've been confused for the last hour and a half.
Okay, it gets worse. Then as like he gives Raiden this virus and says Emma knows what to do with it.
Okay.
So go get Emma.
Also,
He then
he thought he was a woman. Like, what woman was gonna come and kill him?
he
Okay.
then says that all right, he's like, "All right, I've told you everything you need to know. So go ahead, kill me." And Raiden's like, "Dude, what? I'm supposed to be saving you. Why are you like what are you talking about?" And then the president says, "The terrorists want to launch this nuke, right? Well, the nuke is set to my vitals. They need to check my vitals every hour. That's why I'm still alive. They need to check my vitals, and as long as I'm still alive, the nuke can be launched. If I'm dead, they can't launch the nuke."
Dead Cell can't launch it?
Yeah,
Right, because they wanted to launch it to shut down the GW or whatever.
yes.
Okay.
Um, so the president's like, "You need to kill me. Like, you have to kill me."
Damn, okay.
And Raiden's like, "I literally can't do that." But out of nowhere, Ocelot walks in and shoots the president.
Shit.
Ocelot kills the president right then and there. And then he looks around and says, "See you later, carrier boy," and walks away.
What?
But wait, if Ocelot is working with Dead Cell, why would he help Raiden actively fuck over Dead Cell's plans?
Yeah.
Dead Cell need the president alive to launch the nuke. But Ocelot just killed the president, and he's working for Dead Cell.
Oh my god, my brain, dude. This is hurting. Who is who and why is what?
Very true. Very true statement
I
from
am
Justin right
I
there.
don't oh wait.
Um,
What's next, dude?
the president, with his dying breath, says, "Without free will, there is no difference between submission and rebellion."
Bro has a dying breath after he got shot in the head.
He doesn't get shot in the head; he gets shot in the chest,
Okay, I'll let it slide.
and then dies. President Johnson dies. Raiden calls
Wait, what
Campbell.
did he say?
He says, "Without free will, there is no difference between submission and rebellion."
Bro just dropped that and then he dies.
Yeah, he
Damn.
does. Raiden calls Campbell, and
That's a hell of a quote right there.
Campbell's like, "All right, I guess the president's dead. So I guess your new mission's totally to stop Arsenal Gear
This
in
guy's the worst.
honor of the president's final wishes." And Raiden's like, "That's not the mission, Campbell. Like, what are you talking about? Why are you just switching all my mission up right now?" He's like, "It's what the president would have wanted, so I think you should probably do it."
Dude. This Kodak, the Kodak it just can never be trusted.
Can it ever be trusted?
Because you don't actually know who's speaking to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude. They need to like have FaceTime.
Yeah, but then I mean, yeah, I guess because in game you see both their faces, but it's like they're holding their fingers up their ears, so it's like they don't see the other person.
Right. Then again, you can't really trust faces either because lots of disguises in this game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, but basically, Campbell's like, "Yeah, you need to stop Arsenal Gear." Raiden's like, this fucking sucks. Like, I don't even know what's going on anymore." And then Campbell's like, "Hey, only thing that I'm like, I need you to not do, not talk to Pliskin. Do not
Mm,
talk to Snake.
yeah.
That man is not part of it. Keep him out of here." And Raiden's like, "All right, fine."
At that point, Ryan should be like, "That's my main objective."
And then Campbell hangs up the codec, and Raiden immediately calls Snake.
Okay, good man. Good, good.
Yeah, so we're starting to see that Raiden is like fucking.
He's gaining sentience.
He's so confused, and he's like,
He's gaining free will.
You were about as confused as Raiden is. Like,
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
in the
yeah.
first game I was joking about how confused Snake was. Snake was more so just asking questions of like, yeah, what's actually going on. Raiden is like baffled. Like
Yeah.
he literally like can barely think. Like he's like, I genuinely don't know what's happening. Who am I fighting for? What am I doing? What is even my mission objective?
Right. Okay.
Like Raiden is just as confused as you are. But he calls Snake and he tells Snake and Otacon that like everything that just happened. Snake and Otacon then reveal to him that the tanker incident was set. Okay, so it was revealed later. I shouldn't have told you that earlier, but
It's
it's
okay.
fine.
Yeah, yeah. I figured.
Snake and Otacon now reveal to him that the tanker incident was set up and used to frame Snake and Otacon as environmental terrorists. Because
Wow.
after Shadow Moses, Snake became like a hero figure to the general public because he's like the hero of Shadow Moses.
Yeah.
Everyone's like Snake is the man, you know? And the Patriots did not like that because that's not what they planned.
Okay. Because
And
everything got leaked.
yeah. So they were mad because they're like, Snake, he's not part of our plan. We need him gone.
Otacon works for the Patriots.
That's a take.
Well, because here's what I'm thinking: if that tanker incident was 'cause Otacon, did I just say Otacon? I meant to say Ocelot. Because Ocelot, I meant to say Ocelot works for the Patriots.
Remember at the beginning of the game when Ocelot took Ray and said, I'm taking this back for the Lalilulelo?
Yeah.
So Ocelot's working for the Lalilulelo, Dead Cell. You now think he's also working for the Patriots. And he's apparently
Oh yeah, he did say that. We don't even know. I don't even know who.
Lalilulelo.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess you could at this point assume Ocelot is working for the Patriots as well because he killed Johnson.
Yeah,
He
that's what I'm
killed
saying.
he
He
killed
killed
he killed the
Johnson.
president.
He was the one who set up the tanker incident.
Yeah.
Alleged. I mean, you would assume.
Yes.
So,
So Ocelot somehow is working for Dead Cell, the Patriots, and the Lalilulelo all at once.
and he is also possessed by Liquid Snake
And he is also possessed by Liquid
in
Snake.
his arm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, simple stuff. Simple stuff really.
So wait, what if when he's Liquid Snake, he's working for one person? Maybe that's why he's so split. Because Snake,
That's a theory.
because him and Liquid Snake have opposing. Because Ocelot was egging Liquid Snake on, so he wasn't actually with him either.
That's a theory.
Okay.
Don't you miss the days when it was like Snake sneaks in, he
Snake
finds
sneaks.
he finds Big Boss, kills him, end of game.
Yeah.
Don't you miss those days?
Yes. Snake walks in, finds somebody, leaves them there, continues to sneak.
Yep, that was the entirety of the first two games, and now here
Yeah.
we're at.
See, my brain at those two games was flowing fine. My brain now, I
If
don't
it makes
know
you
what's
feel
happening.
any better, I'm so serious. Raiden is just as confused as you are.
Yeah, I
So
bet.
like, it's good that you're this
Because
confused.
that's the point. That's the point.
The point
You're
is
on
like
this journey and
you're
you're like,
like
and it makes the reveal that much sweeter.
you're supposed to be so fucking
Yeah,
confused.
yeah.
Okay. But then basically Otacon, he reveals like it was in the same conversation where they told him about the tanker incident. Otacon then tells Raiden, "Hey, Emma, my sister, she's afraid of water." And he gives her her cool fucking backstory.
Okay.
This backstory is Emma almost drowned with Otacon's father in their pool while Otacon, quote unquote, was away. That's why she's afraid of water.
Oh, that was the cool fucking backstory?
That was a cool fucking backstory.
Nice.
Yep, totally.
That's pretty relatable.
The only unfortunate thing is that where Emma's at is completely surrounded by water.
Ah. So she's tweaking out somewhere.
Um, I forgot to mention that Fat Man, because remember when I said he killed Stillman?
Yes.
He killed him with an explosive, and that explosive has caused parts of the big shell to flood.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to mention that, but I mean, it's not super important until right now, so it's fine.
Yeah. So she's somewhere surrounded by water that has been
Yeah,
flooded.
so the big shell is flooding, not everywhere, but in certain locations it's flooding.
Okay.
And Emma is in an area where it is surrounded by water, and she's afraid of water because she almost drowned with her father while Otacon was, quote unquote, away.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Raiden continues to go find Emma, and while he's like heading out to go find her, he stumbles across Vamp. Vamp was waiting for him, and Vamp then tells Raiden that there is another nuke and they didn't actually need the president.
I'm done. What do you
He,
mean?
he then tells Raiden why Dead Cell is like why they hate the Patriots. Okay.
Okay. Let me hear it.
the Patriots use Dead Cell to like do a cover up of like some stupid shit, yada yada. This backstory does not matter. I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest with you.
Okay.
He just kind of, it's kind of like why Dead Cell hates the Patriots, but later in the game we'll understand why it doesn't matter
Okay.
because Vamp and Fortune have very different motives from everyone else.
I see.
And
The
this is
queen.
their motive, so like I guess it matters, but basically they were like the Patriots framed them because something happened. The Patriots didn't like it, so they used Dead Cell as like the frame. They framed Dead Cell for something, and Dead Cell became like national criminals.
Okay.
That's the backstory.
So Dead Cell wasn't always
They no
viewed as the villain.
no the Dead Cell was originally remember formed by ex President George Sears.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
they were like a group of
Like operatives.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they were like a group of operatives that would like go into military bases and fake hostage situations.
Mm,
Like they were fake terrorists in order to test out military places and see if they could handle actual terrorist insurrections.
like a simulation.
Like a simulation, yeah, like a
Okay.
simulation.
Okay.
Anyways, after Vamp tells Raiden that it's time to boss battle ensues.
Nice.
There we go. Raiden wins.
Really? How?
Yeah. It's just like you gotta be really good with aiming.
So,
You gotta like anticipate his movements.
but like he just runs away, right?
He falls into a pool of water that is non-buoyant. So like in the center of this arena, there's like a pool of water, and I think they call it like aerated water or something. It's a real thing, by the way.
Okay.
So it's like water with no oxygen in it. So like there's no
W-
buoyancy. You can't float in it.
Oh, like
So like Vamp like Raiden shoots him in the head at like it's the last bullet of like the boss battle. It's like he shoots him in the head and Vamp falls backwards into this pool of or like aerated water.
aerated water.
I think it's called aerated. I can't remember.
That's interesting.
But it's like non-buoyant water. Like you can't float in it, and that is a real thing. I know it's a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
if there's like deep aerated water or something, and you step into it, you will just start sinking like a rock.
Oh, it looks like it's water with more oxygen.
Oh, okay. Then I was wrong. Yeah, water with like extreme amounts of oxygen.
Okay.
I was just on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
wrong on the opposite side of the spectrum, but it's the same principle.
Interesting. I'm trying to like see. I don't know. It'd probably take too long for me to look into it, but that's cool.
It's
Okay.
fine. But yeah,
Okay.
Vamp falls in there and then he like sinks.
Got it.
Um, Riding continues on, and he does find Emma. Um, when he finds her, she thinks that he's like one of the terrorists, so she pisses herself.
Oh.
Do you remember in the last game when Otacon pissed himself?
Oh yeah. Yep.
These guys are like my Japanese animes. She doesn't say that, but she's like trembling and she's on the
Yeah.
ground and she pisses herself. And it's just like apparently all the Emmerichs pissed themselves.
Damn, dude. I mean, they're all fucking terrified.
Yeah. But I just wanted to put that. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to
Okay.
tell you that.
Okay.
Okay. Um Raiden, he like picks her up and they leave. And he has to like get her out of the watered areas. Like she like climbs on his back and like he'll swim through them. And this is notoriously one of the most infuriating like uh fucking what's it called? Escort missions in gaming. It's
Yeah.
because it's hard it's just hard to swim. And like her oxygen meter, she has an oxygen meter and you have an oxygen meter when you're underwater. Her oxygen meter is like fraction of yours. So you gotta find like air bubbles and like pop your head into them so she can catch
Ah.
her breath.
Okay.
It's hard. It's just infuriating, but like I think the concept is cool.
Yeah.
I think the concept is cool. I don't even think it was done that badly. It's just hard. But a lot of people hate it. So I just put that in there too. Raiden gets her out and her and Otacon are finally reunited via codec. Like they're talking over the codec. It does not go as planned, respectfully.
Oh, really? What, their conversation?
Oh yeah, okay. It's not over the codec actually. They're reunited. Like
Person, in person.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So
like
he meets back up with Plankton.
Plankton,
What's his name?
Otacon,
No.
Snake, Pliskin.
Pliskin, thank you.
Yes. Um, Raiden gets Emma back to um Snake and like Otacon,
Yeah.
and it doesn't go as planned because
Yeah. What's that mean?
Emma is pissed at Otacon.
Oh.
She's like, "You left me. Like you left me for 10 years. Like I hate you." And
Damn.
Otacon's like, he's like, why would you follow in our family's footsteps of creating nuclear weapons? Like, what is wrong with you?
Even though bro did the same.
Yeah, but I think it's more so Otacon doesn't know what to say, and it's just kind of the first thing that comes to him. He's
Yeah.
like, why would you do this?
Yeah.
It's not really like an angerful place that he's coming from. It's just kind of like a why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? And she's just mad at him. She's like, I hate you. You left me for so long, you know?
Yeah.
And then Snake and Raiden break it up. They like step in. They're like, hey, get back. We're not doing this right now. Okay. You guys can fight it out later. Raiden, he learns that Emma was the one who created GW the entirety of GW. She wasn't just like the main engineer. She created the fucking thing.
Damn.
And
So she works for the
she
Patriots.
created the virus that the president gave to Raiden. So
Yeah.
Emma's pretty much the one responsible for everything going on with the Arsenal gear.
Okay.
Um, she then gives Raiden a little bit more context on GW. I'm gonna have to read this because it's gonna be hard to say without like paraphrasing it.
Yeah.
She says, the rise of digital information and the internet scares the Patriots because it is much harder to control. GW will be a way for them to be able to control what information the public sees via the internet. Raiden then sums it up like, so it's a huge censorship system for deleting information that might be inconvenient to the Patriots? And she's like, yes.
It sounds like some real shit,
I
man.
told you this game's ahead of its fucking time.
Yeah, dude.
All
Damn.
right. She's like, okay. So during Y2K,
Mm-hmm.
the US quote unquote government sent out like a chip, like a program across the world.
Okay.
That was basically like the fix for Y2K. So computers wouldn't shut down. You remember what Y2K is, right?
Yeah, yep.
So basically they sent that out. So it's a countermeasure to stop Y2K. Well,
Even though
that
Y2K was
it wasn't anything, but
yeah.
the the US government made them
Oh.
think it was.
Oh, so they sent something that was
Would
something.
to fix
Ooh.
Y2K.
Got it, got it.
But this thing that they sent out across the world held bits of the GW program, like small portions of it.
Mm-hmm.
So now GW isn't complete yet, but it's close. And when it is, they'll literally have access across the entire world because of that thing where they sent out every like bits of GW out across from Y2K.
Okay.
Um, she then says that the only thing they're waiting to like kick GW into action is that she overheard that they're planning a major experiment to fill in a couple of GW's gaps when it comes to like certain issues. She then mentions that her parrot is in the computer room.
Hold on. What?
She has a parrot.
She has a parrot?
Yeah, she has a parrot.
Okay.
She mentions that she has a parrot in her old computer room. And that's where Snake and Otacon are going. So Snake and Otacon are headed to her old computer room.
So the parrot.
Is in there with them. Like
Okay.
the parrot's where they are.
So it's just a parrot.
Yeah, it's just a
So
parrot.
they just threw that in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Um
Okay.
but yeah.
Okay. It's a little suspicious, but
I actually remember how I said, oh wait, no, it wasn't via codec that they argued. It was in person.
yeah.
I lied. It was via codec. So I said it was codec, and then I double backed and was like, actually, no, I forgot. They met in person at this point. No, that second one was a lie.
So they
It
did
was
argue
via.
over the codec.
Yes, they did argue over the codec.
Okay.
They haven't seen each other in real life yet.
Okay.
Because I was just reading and I'm like, hold on, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense if they met already, but they didn't meet. Snake and Otacon
Gotcha.
are headed to her computer room, and that's where Raiden and Emma are supposed to meet up with them.
Okay.
Good?
Yep.
Are we good? Everyone
Yep.
at home listening, I'm so sorry. But yeah, are we good? Everyone good? Okay, cool.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm good. I'm actually pretty bamboozled right
You're
now.
bamboozled. What
But
the fuck is even that confusing about this?
all right, just keep going, man.
Okay. But they get out of Raiden and Emma, they get out of like the flooded lower levels, and now in order to get to the computer room, they gotta cross like this like oil fence.
Okay.
It's like a fence that goes from strut to strut across the water.
Yeah, it's what the hole that he had to go through at the beginning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But basically they gotta cross that and get to the other side. It's not big enough for both of them to cross at the same time, so they gotta cross one at a time.
Okay.
So Emma goes first, and Raiden posts up with a sniper to watch her to make sure nothing happens. When out of nowhere, Guess who shows up?
I don't even want to guess.
It's Vamp.
Oh, okay.
Vamp shows up. Bro's a vampire. You think he died?
No, I didn't think he died.
Good, because he didn't. He's a vampire.
No way.
He shows up and grabs Emma, like by
Okay.
the throat.
Like from underwater, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like he's holding her. And Raiden shoots him in the head. Like grade A sniper shot.
Right, but he's a vampire.
Shoots him in the head. Well, I mean, typically, like every time he's gotten shot in the head, he's like fallen back and like been
Oh,
unconscious for
that's
a minute.
true.
So
Okay.
it's like they can't kill him, but they can buy themselves a little bit of time. You know
Got
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
So Raiden shoots him in the head, but as Vamp is falling back into the water, his knife critically injures Emma.
Fuck off.
He stabs her
Okay.
as he's falling back.
Yeah.
Emma's fucked up. She's critically, like, desperately injured.
Is she bleeding out in the water?
Uh, she's on the oil fence still.
Okay.
Vamp was kind of floating behind her
Got it.
because he's a vampire.
Right.
But basically,
Why is there vampire?
Snake sees this
Okay.
happen, and he's like, "Oh shit!" So he runs down to go get Emma,
Yeah.
and he like kind of like scurries across that way he doesn't fall off, and
The
like
fence.
yeah,
Yep.
and he like pulls her across, and he gets her back to the room with Otacon.
So Otacon's probably crying.
Otacon's not happy.
Yeah.
Um, and while Raiden is like on his way to go meet up with them, because he's still got to cross.
Mhm.
Emma, like before she like is too unable to function, she's able to set up like the preliminaries in order for the virus to work.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
she's able to like set some of it up in order for the
As
virus to
she's
work.
as she's bleeding.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But she is in really, really bad shape.
Yeah.
Raiden gets there to Otacon, Snake, and Emma, and he like pops the disc in. Because remember, he has the virus disc.
Yep.
She just set up like the preliminaries for the disc to work. So he pops the disc in, and it starts going. The progress bar starts going up, and they're all like super hyped. They're like, "This is totally gonna work."
They're all just standing there like, yeah.
Unfortunately,
Mm,
it stops at 90%.
damn.
It seems that the disc was altered, but they don't know why or how or by who. And Emma is in rough shape, dude. She's literally on the brink of death at this point. Like
And the whole gang's there.
she can't do anything else at this point. Like she can't help them anymore.
Everyone's there, right?
Yeah.
Everyone in the parrot.
Yes.
Okay.
The parrot is also there. Good memory. Good memory. Otacon, he's having a breakdown. He's having a breakdown.
Yeah.
Remember in the last game how Sniper Wolf died too?
Yeah.
Literally every woman
Damn,
in this
you're
man's
right.
life dies. Otacon's like fucking like it's actually I know I'm kind of like going through it and like I'm not really it doesn't hit me as hard as the Sniper Wolf death does, but like it's sad as fuck.
Oh, she dies.
Yeah, Emma dies.
Damn.
Emma does die. Yeah. And it's really sad, dude. It's
Yeah.
like Otacon is why it's sad. His acting, his voice acting, like the way his voice is like breaking and the way he's like fighting words through tears, you can just hear it in this man's voice. It's so sad.
Yeah.
But like on her last like ounce of life, Emma Otacon lies to her and he's like, "Yeah, GW, the virus worked. We won."
Oh.
Basically letting her die while she's like at peace.
Damn, dude.
Um
Honestly, what a go.
but then she dies. Like I
Yeah.
said, she dies.
Yeah. That
Otacon
was honestly
then
good by Otacon.
holding her dead body, he like is just kind of like at this point he's just kind of numb. Like he's just like talking in a monotone voice and he's like he tells Snake and Raiden why he left. He's like why I couldn't be there for her. You want to hear what Otacon's cool fucking backstory is?
Yep.
Otacon had an affair with his stepmother,
What the hell?
Emma's mother, and that Otacon's father drowning was not an accident.
Oh my god.
Otacon's father found out about the affair and committed unalive.
Oh my.
And he tried taking Emma with him, which is why she was almost drowned in the pool, because her Otacon's father tried killing her alongside of him
Dude.
because he found out that Otacon was sleeping with his wife.
Wow.
How do you feel about that, dude?
Wow. So You're trying to tell me that Otacon pulled the biggest dick move of all time?
Well, okay, so he would have been like a teenager at this point. This is like over 10 years ago.
So he was groomed.
Yeah, okay. So a lot of people a lot of people like shit on Otacon for doing this, but in my personal opinion, he was a teenager. It's the stepmom's fault.
Yeah,
Like she took advantage
it's
of this
most definitely the
teenager.
stepmom's fault.
She's an adult. She took advantage of this teenager.
Yeah.
Like I don't think obviously what he did wasn't good,
No.
but I don't think Otacon's in the wrong here. He was a teenager.
Well, he's in the wrong, but it doesn't necessarily mean that.
I'm saying like like he was preyed upon.
Yeah,
It's not like he's a horrible person. Like he was
we
taken
would.
advantage of by an adult that he
Right.
trusted.
Right.
Which also, the fact that that happened, that's his stepmother, and then he has all these other women issues with like his stepsister dying and like his Stockholm syndrome with Sniper Wolf and also her dying. I just feel like it's painted out very clearly that Otacon has like issues with women.
Yeah.
And it's not like he hates women. It's like he has bad attachment issues with women.
Yeah.
And I think it all stems back to his stepmom.
Honestly, that's actually probably very accurate.
Like he has like I don't want to say mommy issues, but like his stepmom created these like horrible dynamics with women in him from doing that to him.
Yeah.
And now he has like a hard time opening up and expressing himself to women. And also he has like weird attachment issues with certain women. And it's like
Mm.
I feel for Otacon more than I think he did something horrible. Because I feel he was more preyed upon and attacked by his own stepmother than
No, that makes a lot of sense because, yeah, before you mentioned that he was, you know, however old he was, that's pretty
because
fucked.
it was about 10 years ago. And Otacon, at this point, we could assume that Otacon and Snake are probably like mid 20s.
Yeah. Yep.
So this is probably when Otacon was like 15,
Yeah.
which,
Damn,
yeah,
and then
it's
the dad
fucking,
commits
Unalived.
it's,
tries to kill his sister.
it's fucking gross. And it's really like an insane reveal for Otacon's backstory. But like,
Yeah.
I've heard some people have a really big issue with this, but I don't see an issue. I feel like it paints Otacon more as sympathetic than anything. I
It
feel like
explains a lot.
it gives him a whole, yeah, like you said, it explains a lot.
Yeah. Well, where was Otacon then? Where did he go?
He left because after his dad killed himself, he could not tell Emma why. Like he couldn't bring himself to tell Emma why that all happened and like what was going on.
Oh,
So he just like he left. He just like ran away.
okay.
And then if this wasn't sad enough for Otacon, you remember how I said Emma had a parrot?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you know what parrots do?
I'm aware.
They mimic their owners.
Yep.
Like they can copy their speech patterns.
I know what a fucking parrot is. I know what a parrot is, bro.
Okay. Damn. Well, this parrot starts saying Hal's name.
Hal? The dad?
Otacon.
Oh, that's his
Otacon's
name?
real name is Hal. It's
Oh, I
Hal
forgot.
Emmerich. It's
Okay.
like Hal, like oh I miss you. Like this parrot starts
Oh,
saying this stuff. So
shit.
clearly Emma said that shit enough that the parrot picked up on it.
Damn, that's sad.
And this parrot starts saying it like while it's sitting on Otacon's like arm.
Aw,
Dude, he fucking loses it. He like
dude.
fucking like this man is a shell of himself right now. He
Yeah.
fucking breaks down.
Dude, that's sad,
It's
man.
so sad,
That's so
dude.
sad.
But then basically, like Otacon is like so having such a breakdown that he's like barely functioning right now.
Yeah.
And
It makes sense.
Snake walks over to him and he's like, dude, and he gives him like a little pep talk. Like this is the moment where you realize Snake and Otacon are like they're the bros.
Yeah.
Snake gives him a pep talk and he's like, nah man, you got this. Like you're awesome. And then they have this super
Aw,
dope bro handshake.
fuck yeah.
And like Otacon's like crying and Snake is like, come on. And like they do this really cool bro handshake where it's like multiple steps to it.
Meanwhile, you're just playing as
Raiden's just standing
Raiden's
off on the
just
side and watching.
I'm just you.
Raiden really
Raiden's
is
just
he's
there.
just here. He's just here. But it's such a good moment for Snake and Otacon's relationship. It's like such a badass moment.
Yeah.
Like it's really sad, but it's also like
No, yeah,
these dudes are like
that's very wholesome.
they're such good friends at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. They've been through a lot of shit together.
It's just so interesting that you're watching this from a third party perspective.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
And then like I said, when we get to the end of the game, I don't think this game would have worked if we played as Snake.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Justin. So we're at 2.5 hours,
Yep.
and I'm not trying to make every episode of this podcast be a 4-hour epic like episode 1 was.
Yeah.
So what I think we're gonna have to do, and I'm sorry for everyone at home who's at the edge of their seat,
Edge of their seat.
but what we're gonna have
Like
to
me?
do. Are you at the edge of your seat?
Dude,
I mean, physically, you are not sitting at the edge of your seat.
I'm almost there. My cheeks are nearing the edge.
I mean,
My cheeks are edging.
so am I, but that's on a different note.
Yeah, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, but real shit.
Yeah,
This is gonna be like another 4-hour video if we keep going because
probably for the best.
we're more than halfway through the game. However, the shit I gotta tell you, we're about halfway through.
Yeah, and dude, we just ended on a pretty climactic Otacon moment.
Yeah, Emma just died, and Otacon's real sad, and we had like the biggest moment in Otacon and Snake's broship so far.
Dude,
So it's like out of all the places, this is probably a good one to end it because once we get into Arsenal gear, and we're right about to.
mm-hmm.
Once we get into Arsenal gear, it's gonna get
More
even
chaotic.
more chaotic than it already has been.
Yes. I can't wait.
And like I've said in the previous episode, I don't write out scripts for this show. However, I do write out like I jot down notes and stuff, and I do write out like a paper so I can like kind of keep myself on track. We're again halfway through what I have written down,
Yeah.
and the rest is all going to happen in Arsenal gear.
And to be honest, if we keep going, I don't know. I don't even know if I could keep taking it all in.
I've given you a lot, and there's a lot more to give. So maybe I should just let you
Yeah.
wait,
I'll
digest it.
we'll take some time and I'll let it sink in
All
and I
right.
won't forget.
And again, guys, everyone at home, everyone who's listening, I love you all. Love you all. You're all such beautiful, sweet people. But
Oh, nice.
sorry, we gotta split it into a two-parter, man.
Am I a beautiful, sweet person?
No. Um,
Damn it.
so this probably won't happen with episode 3 and Metal Gear Solid 3. Just putting that out there. But for Metal Gear Solid 2, this is one of the biggest games in the franchise. This is a giant. It makes sense. We're just gonna have to do it, man. We're just gonna have to do it.
It's for the best.
All right.
Hey, we'll see you guys next time, though.
Yeah. So real quick before we go, let's do some what's that called? What's that called?
Plugging?
Yeah, plugging. You want to do some plugging real quick?
Yeah, what do we plug?
We plugged at the beginning. Let's plug at the end too.
We'll
I want you to
replug.
plug me right now.
I'll plug your end.
You'll plug my end?
Yeah.
All right, let's plug this end real hard.
All right. Spotify?
You do Spotify, I'll do YouTube.
So you can find us on Spotify. And on Spotify, we're called PigPenPodcast.
This is true.
It's the same name as YouTube.
Yeah, then that
We made it the same.
I wanted to plug YouTube. I was going to do that, but you took that away from me.
Oh, my
But
bad.
let me just do it anyways. You can find us at youtube.com/PigPenPodcast.
It's called the same.
Yeah, it's the same name.
We thought that would be smart.
Yeah, just a little bit of branding.
Dude, is there anything else we could plug?
Me.
Well, we better end this.
All right. Sounds good. So everyone out there, have a good wonderful day, evening, and night, wherever you're at, wherever you're doing,
Peace.
whatever you're doing. I don't know.
Have
All right.
peace.
I love you guys. See
Enjoy
you.
life.
See you on the next episode.
Enjoy everything you can before it ends.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll do my best as well.
Yes.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
piss.
good. You're good.